games to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money. They say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time. Out and about, out chasing paper. The streets of my house and the house always wins like Vegas. Never down for the count. Second win, second nature. Found mine. Never had my hands out. Fuck favors. By design, everything tailored. In my youth, it was shell toes, no Chuck Taylors. Weak soap game, had a game so. It's still the same code game, so it's still the same code. We all pay the cost, pay dues. Move with the mind state that I can't lose. On the grind, push a hard line with my linemen. Back when I was young, they said it's all about timing. Till it's my time, all the stars are aligning. I'm a diamond in the rough, couple cuts got me shining. This game you cannot cop on consignment. In the field, all we do is execute assignments. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk. The game to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk.
First, we get into this paper. See, I want it all, plus a mule and 8 acres. A lot of alcohol, few dad bags of paper. Run this shit like a ship and I'm the sailor. Cold, kinda like it's fresh up out the freezer. Cold, if she ain't talking bread, I don't need her. Soon as I meet her, I'ma fuck her, then I leave her. It's the old Mac needs, treat them all like bottom feeders. Break it down slow for them folks that don't know. I'm a seasoned vet, black belt out the dojo. With a wide range of weapons, so I'm out the holster. Keeping all options open, so many ways that I can fold ya. Told you from the gate, never been about no play. Get it on the go, they never been known for no delay. The game should be sold, not to be told. Keep your mouth shut, don't have to break the mold. Mac needs.
Break the work down, it's fence to move. Push that work out, I distribute. Break the work down, it's fence to move. Push that work out, I just distribute. A young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor.
I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. You know I'm the boy, get money's what I'm used to.
Keep you straight from the gate, so I don't confuse ya. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'ma make noise, shout to my producer. I'm an entertainer, but I ain't here to amuse ya. Yeah, fuck with shooters and they all fucking users. Come through and wake that ass up like a rooster, hella early in the morning. Early bird gets a worm. Finna get rich for 'em, food for the worms. Cutting cocaine, dropping whole things. It's a cold game, make you run your gold chain. Hungry, but I'm moving in a keto state. For sure, I beat the price on the keys in your state. Catch me running up a tab, fucking up a bag. Make me wonder how long will a good thing last. On my Curtis Mayfield, live a life I can't chill. Push a man, pushing packs, all I do is make squeal. Keep it 100, I'm just numb, yo, I can't feel none of these suckers when they say they real. Stacking Uber cash, I'm an out-of-state supply. Random Uber man here to get away drive. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the...
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every
hustling. Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
My pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Called out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for a real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you.
Bogard Scott free on time. Give me my money. Who bet me? They told us that listen, he's about to always be late, bro. I said put money on it.
Shout out to Derek. What up? Salute.
It was Derek. Derek, where's my money, bro? You bet me. Wasn't it you? He said Bogard's always gonna be late, bro. I put money on it.
And let's see, we got some Facebook users in the house. Make sure you guys hop over to YouTube. Facebook is hella whack. And through the link in the Facebook chat there. This is Alan. He said, is Kamara a start over Devonta Smith in the flex? I'm going to say no.
The Eagles are playing Washington. Maybe it's not a competitive game. I can't do that yet.
Everyone beats the shit out of Washington right now. Like, come on.
Yeah. And I can't do that as in start Kamara over, especially in the first game he's back off of suspension. I was talking to my man Spencer Guru last night. Shout out to Spencer Guru. I like to get his insight on all things New Orleans Saints, and he was saying that they are expecting to give him a full complement of snaps.
Yeah.
Full workload. That they expect to just do this like he had never been gone. So that's good to hear.
I mean, you have literally nobody over there. The one guy who you kind of paid to bring over there is dead right now. Jamal Williams.
He's crying too right now, bro.
Yeah, it's like, I'm supposed to be out there, man.
Tells Kamara, hey, help me. Just know that I got your man up. He's big dogs. Yo, why the fuck is this guy crying, bro? Alvin Kamara just showed up too. He ain't been around since preseason.
Like, who the fuck is this guy crying over here?
This guy crying. He was crying when I left. Don't get it twisted though. Oh, dog in here.
The Bucks are doing what they're supposed to do so far, and that's who the Saints are going up against. Minnesota, middle of the road performance from their running backs. Chicago, they completely shut down their running backs over there. And then, Swift, he kind of did his thing over there, but it wasn't like what he did the week before that. So that's why I'm really benching Kamara. First game back, tough matchup. Go with D. Smith in a nice matchup.
Yep.
Jake said, salute. Said, Jordan Love scared me for a minute. Solid performance, though. He should scare you all the time. He's not that good.
I don't know about if solid means if it's not like a watery shit, I guess it's considered solid.
He got 20 points. I'd say that's solid.
Yeah.
We're talking in regular formats.
It's never going to be ugly or consistent, but what I do love is something that I've been yelling since the offseason that Romeo Doubs is the one to have in that offense. And people were probably a little down on Romeo Doubs, he hadn't really been doing much. He's barely really been getting targets. It's listen, he was coming off a hamstring, so he was literally playing on limited snaps the first 3 weeks, just like how you saw Christian Watson being limited with his snaps yesterday. And if that's a sign to come of what it should look like when you do have Christian Watson in a full complement of snaps where he's just taking away all the attention and it opens up for Romeo Doubs. We saw that last night. Love it.
And, but yeah, I still feel like, Jordan Love might do better than Fields after this. Don't know if Fields going to throw down 20 points. We shall see. Let's see. This is Matt in the fantasy dynasty group. He said, who's a better stash, Michael Keaton or Jeff Wilson? I mean, Keaton Mitchell. It's funny. I see Keaton Mitchell. I just think Michael Keaton every time.
I
mean, for dynasty, it's probably Keaton Mitchell. I mean, for long term, but Jeff Wilson probably scores more points this year than Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, if you have an IR spot, you should be able to pick up Wilson, throw him in there, then go grab our bad Michael Keaton Elliott.
Yeah. Not a fan of Mitchell. I mean,
Me neither.
I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you.
Hey, come on.
I can't do it. Fuck.
Michael Keaton.
But I mean, he's on IR, right? And like, is he gonna come back and like get ahead of Melvin Gordon, Kenyon Drake?
So Michael Keaton, let me get this straight.
He's got nothing but bums in front of him. Can he do it when he gets back from IR? I think he's eligible to return on week 5.
I'm gonna say something real sincere here. You ready for this?
Yeah.
We should not have any running backs from Baltimore.
This hasn't worked out for us. That's for sure.
I think it was a good sign of things to come when JK dies. It didn't mean, hey, let's go get Justice Hill. No, you stupid son of a bitch. It's Gus Edwards. No, fuck all y'all. Melvin Gordon. It's like, no, let's just not have any of them. Because now the motherfucker's like, Melvin Gordon, you stupid son of a bitch. Then here comes motherfucker like, nah, bro, Michael Keaton, Batman, Mitchell, bro. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Right?
It's been all bad ever since Mark Ingram's like one good, like that MVP year for Lamar. It's like they just have not had a running back that's really been worth it in fantasy. Shout out to Chaotic. Shout out to Buck. Shout out to the Islands. What up?
Hey, brah.
Hella early over there. It's like, so wait, is it 3 hours behind right now or 2 hours behind? I always forget which time of the year.
We didn't do daylight savings yet. Because then that'll push us to 2 hours ahead of them.
Okay, you're right.
Because they don't do daylight savings, correct?
Right. So it's when we fall back, that's when they're 2 hours behind us, and that's it. There you go. Good call, Bogey. Good call. So he's 3 hours behind us right now. That means it's it's like 4:20 Hawaii time. Let's smoke it up.
I'm getting up to go to work, bruh.
Oh man. Tyson 2.0 Sour D. Here we go. And Chewy, he said good morning, wake and bake, but all I got is gummies. Hey, that counts.
Hey, it's funny too because I might have smoked a Chewy or 7 at a time. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 or maybe 3 or 7. You know what I mean? Like Chews were like some other shit, bro. Somebody that passed you that shit, you hit that shit. Like, oh, yeah, that's different. And shout out to Chewy. Every Mexican family has a Chewy in it.
Jake said the Gibbs managers must be beyond irritated. Yeah, watch. There's going to be a massive drop of Gibbs shares. Like it's going to happen this week. I don't know if you play in a league that you're lucky enough to be able to get Gibbs off the waiver wire, but he's going to get dropped in a shitload of leagues. If you have a league that has like 5 bench spots, he's getting dropped. People aren't.
You want to know what's crazy? Is like, why was he? I mean, he was built up to be like super fast and quick, twitchy, explosive. Were they describing Monty or were they describing Gibbs? Because Gibbs looks not explosive like Monty does. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but you know what is cool?
Well, here's the thing, though, because we're noticing it with Warren and Najee. It's people picking and choosing when to say someone looks explosive, and it's like everybody looks explosive when they're in space and when nobody's fucking around them. And I think we saw, just a couple of those from Warren. We see a couple of those from Gibbs, and we're like, man, he's the most explosive player in the world. Why is he not starting right now?
He's a regular stick of dynamite running out there.
But if you guys remember, I mean, in the offseason, I was telling people for redraft, do not fucking draft him. Do not draft him. He's not going to be like Bijan. Look at where he's going. Detroit always screws you with their running backs that they draft. It always happens.
Oh, yeah, what they draft, the ones they draft. I was like, wait a second here.
This was the smartest thing that they did for themselves, trading Swift away, opening the door for fucking Monty to come over and be the lead dog. And everyone was clamoring to that Gibbs. Oh, Gibbs is going to get 100 targets, bro. Like, as a rookie, he's going to get 100 targets.
Gibbs. That's all people were even saying. I'm telling you about Gibbs. All right. Well, I'm telling you, Montgomery. I don't know. I don't want to be an asshole about it, but like, it's just because honestly, it just worked out because I love David Montgomery so fucking much. Like, you know what I mean? And the situation was there, everything, it all added up. Like,
and even Chewy worked out for him. He said, I was so high on Gibbs this year. I'm glad he didn't fall to me. See, like, I mean, some people saved us from ourselves if you really liked him.
I got Gibbs in one of those wafer joints. I had an Austin Eckler Gibbs team. I think I'm thinking, oh, listen, I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers. No, I'm not.
2 weeks
After
in.
week one, I'm not a bad motherfucker. I'm not even a good motherfucker.
Out of 4 games, Gibbs has 3 single-digit performances. And, I mean, even the one double-digit performance, it's what everybody thought he was going to be. 9 targets, 7 receptions, only 39 yards, only 12 points with 7 receptions. Like, I mean, that's like a whole lot of nothing there.
You know,
this is why you don't draft rookies for redraft. Unless it's like a
I just figured it out. You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
He is
Zeus had Lions for the Super Bowl.
He is new whack Theo Riddick.
Ooh.
He does nothing all game. 4th quarter drive, he gets like 5-6 targets off, he catches all of them, and he has like fucking 30 yards.
Okay, is that worse than I was gonna say? He's new Kerryon Johnson.
Nah, don't disrespect.
He looks like very wayward right now. Okay, he looks very wayward.
Damn. Oh, he's about to carry on his wayward soul. That kid.
But yeah, this is why I just stay away from rookie running back. Unless you're getting them like so far at a discount that you don't even give a fuck what Gibbs is doing. You just got him on your bench. That's really the only
Someone came at you with Jerry fucking Judy. Are you moving Gibbs?
Probably. It just depends. I mean, this is very team specific. Like your team has to not be dead at running back.
Hollywood Brown. Like, you're a team that's in this thing. You're 3-0. You're 2-1. You know,
if Gibbs is my 3rd or 4th running back, I'm moving them for almost any startable piece right now.
You know, a lot of people they were crazy to have him as their number 2 running back on their team. So it's like I think people that have the Gibbs, they're really feeling it right now.
It's a 0 RB. Like if you went 0 RB, Gibbs might have been one of your, or maybe even or hero.
A 3rd round, 4th round Gibbs. I mean, like that's what people were doing.
Hell yeah.
Not high. And I tried to warn everybody too, because it's like, I don't like paying up the draft. You remove the name and the hype. Just say unproven player, rookie even. I don't want to spend too much up for that because I've done it to myself in the past. Light over Hilaire. You know what I mean? Whereas it's like,
yeah, but see, you know why everyone was so clamored? He's the 12th pick overall. Of course they're going to use him. He's the 12th pick overall.
Oh, first round? Oh, first round. You don't say.
I mean, really, my rule with the rookie running backs is if you're drafted in the top 15 or 20, you should be worth getting a look in redraft, but you have to be the guy. You have to be the guy. He was not.
I'm always going to go on the side of experience. It usually works out. You can just say, hey, look, Dave Montgomery, you came in there, more experience back. Boom. Or you could even go further. He's the guy that had the bag. They brought him in to replace Jamal Williams, who was the guy you wanted in that offense the last 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like it was right there, but just the hype. I mean, the hype is blinding, you know what I mean? And it's deafening. And now you got some deaf, blind, dumb motherfuckers like, give me Gibbs.
Like it's crazy. Like it was funny when I made that video where I was like, I am avoiding all rookie wide receivers for redraft because they're going too high, and the guy that I'm avoiding the most.
It was our fade shit. Our fade episode.
Yeah, and but our dude actually he got it into a little clip, and it was like the 1 minute clip, and I was like, I'm avoiding all rookie wide receivers, especially JSN. The hype is way too real, like, and I'm just avoiding it altogether. And I got so much hate on that. Oh, he's such a stupid motherfucker, bro. Like,
listen, if I ever see you in real life, I'm gonna beat you with JSN.
And but yeah, it was so ridiculous how like the hype is just there for all the rookies. Like there's clearly no path for JSN to be like the number 1 wide receiver on the team. So why would we treat him like he's going to be the number 1? It's all the rookie hype. We try to save you guys from yourself for redraft. Rookie hype dynasty, all about it. Rookie hype redraft, not so much.
You know what I do? Like I love the power of internalization. Because for me, it happens instantaneously. Like, okay, Gibbs gets drafted to the Lions. Immediately, I'm trying to find the path to him starting. He runs right into a brick wall named David Montgomery. So I'm like, okay, I'm never paying the draft capital for someone who I already wholeheartedly believe is not going to be the starter. And then, even like, okay, let's make some logic here. Well, so look at DeAndre Swift, bro. Finished as a top 24 guy last year. Okay, but he had to be actually good. Because now, when you look at Gibbs the first couple weeks, can you say he's good? He doesn't look that good at all.
Well, see, here's what I like. Here's where it gets subjective. Are people basing that he looks good off of literally 2 plays out of his 14 plays that he touched, or the whatever 10 plays that he touched the ball? That's what it comes down to. People are so.
Here's how I judge it. This is how I believe a player looks good or not. He touches the ball, produces with it. See what I'm saying? Give him the ball.
That's the
fantasy points for me.
That's the subjective part, because people could say, "Oh man, he averaged 5 yards a carry." Like they're just looking at the snaps. Like that's
he had 4 carries for 20 yards.
He had 8. He had 40 yards, but 3 of those were like 10-yard runs where he was just like kind of wide open.
There was a couple of 8-yarders there.
Either way,
not to mention all his little 2-yard nothingness that he got in there a couple times.
That's what I'm saying. People they'll have excuses for, oh well, what about the 5? The 5 touches where he got 0 yards. It's like, oh, but what about those other 3 where he got 40 yards?
I think he might be not that smart. And picking up a playbook is not as easy for him as it is. I've been thinking a lot about Ben Johnson, the young OC over there, 37-year-old. What's crazy about him is it's the ones he's been around. Chan Gailey, you know what I mean? Chan Gailey was an offensive coordinator for a long time with the Buffalo Bills. He was there with the New York Jets when they went 10-6 with Ryan Fitzmagic. Then he was there. The first 2, he was part of the regime that drafted Tua and brought in Fitzmagic, and then they ran Fitzmagic out there because Tua was having trouble picking up the offense initially, right? And then then you couple that with he took a lot from Anthony Lynn, which is another guy, just a lot of things predicated around the run. So I'm like, how are you not eating in a Chan Gailey / Anthony Lynn system where they're going to feed the running backs and use them in the passing game? You have this great offensive line. It's not adding up for him with limited touches. And even if he has that type of efficiency, 5 yards a clip, 8 attempts is not going to cut it for your 5 yards a clip. You know what I mean?
I want your honest opinion, Bogey, and then we're going to get to these other questions.
I mean, 8 attempts, my bad. 8 attempts is not good enough, even if he's 5 yards.
In this NFL landscape, what do you think, honestly, is the reason, especially when you have multiple firsts? What do you think the reason is that you would even draft an RB? Not you, but why would the team draft an RB in the first round?
Oh, my bad. It's on me already. It's for the chance to have a running back who, okay, first of all, running backs, you don't want to pay them in this day and age. And you want to have them for as long as you can for as cheap as possible. That comes via first round.
Yeah.
When you draft a guy in the first round, you can get a good look at him and he's running back, so you're just gonna drag this thing out as long as possible. And if he does well, you pick up his 5th-year option, and you got a running back for 5 years. Why? And within this 5 years, Bijan and Gibbs, they're probably going to take extensions early on. They're not going to be able to milk it and try to get a big contract because the running back contract, the averages are dwindling every year. And all the big name guys like Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones with actual contracts, I think Alvin Kamara, they're all either into next year or that's it after this year. So the averages are going down outside of CMC. CMC is going to be, you know what I mean?
Even if they want it, though, they're not getting, shit.
They're not
getting franchise tagged until their 6th year anyways.
Yeah, or they don't pick up your 5th-year option, then they tag you like an asshole.
I guess it depends on how much it would be worth.
How much would be cheaper. Yeah, because the average, a franchise.
But these guys, running backs aren't getting crazy 5th-year options, though.
Nope.
The quarterbacks are. But yeah, like running backs aren't.
Nope. Look at Clyde Edwards-Helaire playing under he's playing on his 4th year right now. No 5th-year option coming up.
Yeah, because that's what's more likely to happen is if you put up a mediocre performance in the 4th year, they don't pick up your 5th, but then they extend you somehow, just like Rashad Penny,
Sony Michel, Josh Jacobs. You know what I mean? These are all recent examples. Josh Jacobs didn't pick up his 5th year. He was a 1st rounder. Didn't pick up the 5th year. Franchise tag him. Then this year, try to tag him again. Got him under a 1 year for an extra $1 million. Basically, the franchise tag plus $1 million. You know what I mean? Like this is.
I think that's only in incentives, though, right?
Yeah.
I don't even think it's like
a signing bonus. It was like an extra $1 million on a signing bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think his signing bonus for the tag would have been it all, right? So he's getting an extra $1 million, and then you know what I'm saying, just for a signing bonus, basically. And then I think there's some incentives, but it's nothing crazy.
Why would they want to kill? Why would they want to kill Gibbs within his first couple games on the team? They want him for 5 years.
Maybe he's the Dumas. He's not smart. Maybe he's picking up the playbook slowly. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like he's supposed to be a 3rd down back. Do they even trust him in pass pro? We haven't even seen him in situations where they're playing from behind. They've been in control of a lot of these games. Even that Seahawks game where they lost, they were in control of that game pretty much the whole time until Goff is marching down with a less than a possession lead and throws a pick 6 to give the Seahawks the lead. You know what I mean? Like this happened. Like the same thing I was saying last night when we were discussing Detroit or over Green Bay. When Detroit's just a better team right now. You know what I mean? Not even right now. Like, would you say that after seeing that last night? Like Detroit's the best team in that division right now. I got a good look at everybody so far, bro. Everybody so far.
They're the skinniest kid at fat camp is what they are, because they do not look good at all. They look good in spurts last night, but they look really bad in spurts last night too. And their defense can be had. And man, Brian Branch, it's crazy. If they better not lose Brian Branch to any extended time.
Mm-hmm.
Because losing CJ Garner-Johnson, that shit hurt. You could tell.
And Branch, it's crazy because he's so little. He hits hella hard, bro. He's flying everywhere. I like it.
All right, let's get into some of these questions again. We got, let's see, Niner MMA, B-Rob, Godwin, Pacheco. I'm playing B-Rob for right now, but things could change.
Be Godwin. It'd be Godwin. I'm just gonna go purely on the matchups.
And Chewy, Jay Williams, and Terry for Hawkinson. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I like it a lot.
Niner was dying at your Jamal impression.
Listen, bro. He's just never not crying. Tears of joy, tears of sorrow. He's brushing his teeth. He's crying. Just whatever. He's always crying. Crying Jamal Williams.
And Derek said, I'm in town to visit my daughter and watch my Hawaii Warriors enter UNLV. Yeah, running Rebels football game. Nice. That's tight. Yeah, cool. He said his daughter was moving out to going to UNLV this year.
That's awesome, man. That's dope, man. As a father with 4 children, I can't wait till I can say that one day. Because even though if you were to ask if any of my children was to ask me, what do you think of college baseball? Full of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's only because that was my path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, even if school doesn't lead them to whatever their success that I hope they get in life, you know what I mean? Maybe it leads them to where they need to get on that path. Maybe they meet the right persons, meet the right people. It's just, you know what I mean? You gotta put the children in good situations, you know what I mean? Where they can thrive and flourish. You know what I'm saying?
If
Sometimes
the kid is
being
gonna
around
have
other-
if any kid is gonna have any kind of like regular job in the future, you need that stupid college degree. Even if it's not gonna teach you anything about like whatever field you're going into, it's just like you need it. It's just the prerequisite for people to know that you're worth hiring these days.
Right. You know the long journey for me. Went to JUCO. What? Went to fucking pre-med Stanford.
What?
Then I got over to Harvard.
What?
You know I've been going to school since I was 3 years old, bro. You know how many degrees I got? Not to mention, once I was a doctor, I was like, this is kind of boring. I just, you know what? I want to be a line maker for Vegas. Go to MIT. What? I'm just hella educated, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now I get fantasy advice.
Yeah, and Alex Anderson said trade Kamara for Debo. Probably. I think I would rather have Debo than Kamara.
Yep. But you know what's crazy is this running back needy person, if that's what they are, give me Debo plus, you son of a bitch. Debo's hurt right now. You want to give me a hurt Debo? I'm giving you a fresh Alvin Kamara. Can you give me Debo plus?
Dang it, Peacock. He said, I'm waking up down 33 to 0.6 this morning. Monty versus Musgrave. Man, that didn't work out. So, well, sorry if anybody else started Musgrave out there who played the matchup. Wasn't fair. He got a concussion early.
He had Grave in his name. He just
What up the dough? Joe said we smoking.
Smoking on some Finally mixed with some Bob Saget.
This is funny, Peacock. He said, I'm not going to let it ruin my weekend, though. He said, it's Friday.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with smoking.
Oh, wait.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm going to get you high today. Because it's Friday. You ain't got no job.
Got no time. You ain't got shit to
do. He said, I'm just kidding. I'm at work, though. Oh, man. And let's see. Facebook user said, I need a flex and a wide receiver too. Need the ceiling plays. He had Monty. Okay. So it's kind of the, I like that kind of context. At least we know where people are at psyche-wise. Najee versus Houston. Palmer versus the Raiders. Nico versus Pitt. Tutu versus the Colts. Scary Terry versus Philly. It's crazy, but I'm going Najee versus Houston. And I know it's not the most popular pick, but it is the last chance that Monty gets. This is it. Everybody balls versus Houston. Everybody. And I think I'm going Scary Terry. I just feel like it's going to be so much garbage time over there. Lot of what's it called? Passing going on. And Peacock said, reworking the intro video, want the production to look solid. I love it, bro. I love it. And I would say like 45 seconds is like a good, like 30 to 45 seconds is like a great intro. Mine feels like so long right now, like it's a minute and 12 seconds. But so many people told me never change it that I'm just never changing it. But you'll notice every other intro video that I do 30 to 45 seconds, like feels like real good. And the dough said, I love that he got no touchdowns. Who, Musgrave? And yeah, Jake said 10 carries for the Green Bay running backs last night. This is play calling and coaching, whoever's doing that. This is them listening to the media, getting in their head, trying to overthink shit. This is fucking stupid. Like, it really is. Like, Detroit, their best, like on defense, like the thing that they defend the best is the exterior wide receivers. What was Green Bay doing? They're throwing to the exterior wide receivers like the entire time. Like, come on. I'm not getting paid to be anything as an NFL like coordinator or anything. And like, how do I know that that's the thing that they should have been doing the least, but they did the most? Like, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. And Alex, for the trade questions, you're pretty much just going to be getting yes or no answers. If you want to get more in-depth answers on trades, who you should trade for, why you should do it, this and that. One-on-one, ffadvice.com. We'll even say it while Bogey's here to remind you. For anyone asking trade advice, pretty much going to be yes or no questions to whatever trade you ask. But if you want more context, you want to get, knee deep in these trades, get a lot of help, go to one-on-one, ffadvice.com. All right. And he said, oh yeah, we already, and he asked twice. Yes. Kamar for you, bro. Yeah, I'm doing it.
And
smoke it up, bakes.
When it comes to that, like whenever you're down big on a Thursday, I don't necessarily gravitate towards the super high upside play unless it, to me, has a higher percentage matchup that I feel comfortable with. Otherwise, I'm gonna want the solid floor guys to not make sure I don't falter. You know what I mean? You just because you're down doesn't mean like the rest of his team could fuck up too. You know what I mean? The rest of his team could fuck up. You got to be steady. Like what was it? 2-2. Who's the other options? I had to make that phone call real quick. My bad.
I can't even remember right now. I chose Terry over 2-2 because I think it's gonna be a mad garbage time game for them.
It's tough. It's tough with Slay.
When they're up like 28 to 7, Slay's gonna be relaxing a little bit.
and the Eagles, that's kind of been their MO. They've been getting big.
They get to the bend, don't break once they go up by 14.
They really do.
But you should though. Why would you be killing yourself out there on every play when you're already a little bit in coast mode? Because Washington's still gonna have to score, and Eagles are still gonna have to not score, and they're pretty good at it, even though they've looked shitty for themselves. If we're comparing to last year,
because of the matchup, I'm not opposed to 2-2. The good old Toots Magoots.
And Jake, he said people are even looking at practice oh man, he looks good in practice. I mean, that's where all the hype began, right? You seeing him just take a wheel route to the house when no one's covering him in practice. Oh man, he's gonna do that. Even if there's defenders on him, he can still do that.
This is the future.
And let's see. Peacock said I got Kamara back in the 14. Activated A-Chain off the taxi, breaking the glass.
Ooh.
He said hopefully they can turn my slow start around. What up, Zeb? Zeb said happy Friday. Started Monty and Amon Ra. Very happy Friday for anybody who started those too.
Oh yeah. I got a bunch of a ton of Montgomery Romeo Dobbs combos. Yeah, because I'm just a big value shopper this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? All y'all that watch the show, y'all know Monty and Dobbs. We've been bigging them up, not just for value, but because of the roles that they're about to inherit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this Facebook user says, there's a bunch here, but he said the final deal that he got was Bijan for Hunt, Pierce, and Brian Robinson. Thoughts? I like it. The only thing that even kind of levels this out for the other person is Brian Robinson. But
he
got Bijan and he traded away Hunt, Pierce, and Robinson.
Oh, that's what he did. Yeah, win.
Yeah. Because he said he traded Hunt and Pierce and got Bijan. I want to play in a league where you can trade 2 pieces of trash for a shiny old dollar. Wow. But he said that it got vetoed. And so it wasn't. I feel like that's veto worthy.
Yeah.
Depending on what. It's Hunt. Come on, Hunt's nothing.
Yeah, that's a bad.
But then when you add in Hunt, Pierce, and Brian Robinson, that levels it out more. But it has 10-team league. Bijan should not get traded for less than 3 pieces if they're all mid-level, maybe flexes.
He wins this trade in the sense because Hunt is nothing.
Yeah.
And if Hunt goes on balls, I was wrong. But
last week I said that Pierce has entered this realm of where I cannot start him in a redraft league.
But I was saying let's go get Pierce for the low. And then when Peacock was saying how this line is going to get back together.
Right.
And they have a respectable passing game.
Yeah.
right now that this when they become more balanced, like this is going to be a good offense. Maybe we're a year away from seeing it, but like it has the makings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like if I can acquire Damian Pierce as like a flex guy for me, like through a trade, I would love that. Just like I saw a lot of Derrick Henry trades this last couple of days, and people have been getting Derrick Henry for fairly cheap. And those people are throwing Derrick Henry right in their flex and feeling good about it because you don't have to depend on Derrick Henry to be your number one guy.
Yeah. And Tino said to keep your backfield young ain't cheap. Well, I mean, it's not really possible either, like unless you're like really overvaluing the RB position.
Unless you have a really complete team that when you get into the draft, you could spend on a higher draft capital running back. Or
I think that's when we were talking about. I think that's when we were talking about Gibbs. I think he was talking NFL.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and keeping the running backs young is what you're supposed to do. I mean, when you have a receiver, he's a rookie. He doesn't necessarily start day one right out the gate, full snaps. They got a lot more to learn as a receiver. Running backs, if they have a clear path to being a starter and they win the job, you could be a rookie and start week one. This is like not unheard of. This happens all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? You know what's happening with Bijan? He goes there. There's already a guy there who just ain't going to give up this job. You know what I mean? Because he has a role carved out. You know what I mean? And what sucks about the Atlanta backfield, it's really game script dependent. You know what I mean? Like if you have Atlanta whooping up the Jags this week, Algier is probably gonna he probably should put up more or close to what Bijan will do. Because
we just got a notification that Zay Jones is out for whatever that's worth, but that should be more for Christian Kirk.
Yeah, there you go. Evan Ingram, not like he wasn't already in play, and then obviously, hopefully, Calvin Ridley in a revenge narrative. Somebody remind him that he got popped, bro, for doing what you're supposed to do. Okay, Atlanta was a bad team. You bet against them. Yeah, he was on the team. Okay, yeah, that's against the rules. I get it. He broke the rules. They traded him away to the Jags. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's happy they did it. You think he's seeking revenge? The $11 million they took away from him. I think he wants revenge. Give me. It's gotta be.
Paradox said, start Pacheco, Dell, or DJ Moore in the flex. I'm leaning Dell as of right now.
Fucking Surtain. Yeah, give me Tank Dell, I guess, for now.
Zeb said guy paid $9.99 out of his 1,000 fab for Justin Jefferson Guillotine League. Said crazy. I was able to get Waddle for about $206. Yeah, I mean, some people go crazy. And if he keeps winning, it doesn't matter. It only matters when you lose. And you can't take their money with you.
And if you're beating the waivers before everybody, you don't got to spend it. Like if you're savvy about your pickups and you notice the snap counts going up, you're picking up guys weeks before they're a thing. You don't gotta worry to spend more fab. So that's that's a pretty good strategy as long as you're on your shit.
Or he thinks he's about to lose, and this is his last ditch effort to try to not lose.
And this is for the guillotine.
Yeah,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Jake said, I think the Lions were skeptical with him.
Oh yeah, guillotine. Never mind. That's what I said about fucking beating the waiver. You can't do. You know what I mean?
And hell no. They said they were skeptical with Monty. They gave him a 3-year, $18 million deal. And like most veteran running backs, like if you're, I would say, an above average veteran running back, you're getting like $6 to $8 million, like somewhere. If you're below average, like veteran running back, you're getting like $2 to $6 million.
Okay, if I'm a GM and I'm like, all right, we fully intend on drafting a running back, but we run a 2-back system. So and we just got rid of I'm Detroit Lions GM, right? I just traded away DeAndre Swift. And then I bring in Monty. Oh, first of all, I bring in Monty, then trade away Swift, right? And when I bring in Monty, it's because we can't come to terms with Jamal on what Jamal feels he deserves to get paid. And it's like, Jamal, you're a crying son bitch, and you're an older running back. We're not going to pay you that. But there's another running back who we've been watching play against us, make hay behind a shitty offensive line. Let's go get that guy, pay him. This is better, Jamal. This is an upgrade from Jamal Williams. No one can tell me that Jamal Williams, talent-wise, even last year, was better than a Dave Montgomery. You put David Montgomery there, and now this rookie has to beat him out. Otherwise, it's David Montgomery's show until he's not standing upright. Like, that's pretty self-explanatory. People just wanted Gibbs to be, they wanted him to be better DeAndre Swift. I'm going to say it. Newsflash right now. He's not any better than DeAndre Swift was in that system right now as a rookie. Right now.
Niner said Matthew Berry cursed Musgrave. No, everybody who's on the rookie hype cursed Musgrave. And like, it was weird. Like, there was some time yesterday, because I told a couple people Musgrave based on their other like shitty option, like on the other side. But then it was like, I don't know what it was about the Musgrave Goddard. Like, that's still like sitting in my head, where like multiple people asked that. And I was like, I don't know why, but I'm just going Goddard. Like, I just don't have a good feeling about Musgrave anymore.
It was just a time. Listen, remove the name. It's tight end playing against Detroit after the first 3 weeks. They're one of the worst against the tight end. And this is not just the first 3 weeks. This goes back to the last like 3 years. Like, they were always them, Seattle, the Browns, Arizona. Those are all shitty New York Giants. Teams that you want to play your tight ends against. And, but, you know, this year, the Browns, or last year, the Browns, they put an end to that. And this year they continue that. You can't start your tight ends against them. You know what I mean? And you know the Eagles, they're one of the baddest motherfuckers ever on defense. You can start your tight ends against them though. Last week, not so much with Kane on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, at some point, like, I guess we got to remember that like talent and skill still goes into this. And even though everyone is talented and skilled, we definitely have to look at some of the games.
The buddy got a concussion. Like, yeah. That one you can't be mad at.
No,
that was the right play. He got hurt. To me, luck. It just happened. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just, you know what I mean?
There was a game last year where like it was Amon Ra who got like a concussion the very first play of the game, or at least the first play for them on offense, catches the ball for like 15 yards. Bam! Smacked in the head, concussion. And like, it sucks, but like, it was a good match. I don't even remember who it was, but I know it was a great matchup.
Yeah, no one was like,
told everybody to start
like Robbie Anderson. I knew it.
But yeah, shit happens. And but one thing, the constant, tight ends suck. And they all suck. Yeah, it's crazy because Sam Laporta, he's a top tight end right now just because of the targets. Like, really, that's what separates the top tight ends from not named Kelsey and Hawkinson from everybody else.
And he never leaves the field because he blocks as well. So, and I've never seen a rookie like have this type of projection or volume or that since George Kittle.
He's gotten lucky. Like, I will say, like, if you take every single one of his snaps and his like going into like these passes or running routes,
a 70-yard house call on a broken coverage,
two catches have made his entire 2 weeks that have turned him into tight end, whatever the fuck. One of them was that 60 or 70 yard where he's literally wide open, nobody in sight. And then yesterday, it's Rasul Douglas going for a pick and just misses it by like it was on his fingertips, but gets through his fingertips. And because he dove and fully dove out for it, that left what's his name, Musgrave, with an extra like 20 yards of like free space. So it was like one catch for 35 yards, and that was like pretty much his entire day. After that, he was like 4 for 20 or something.
The amount of time he's on the field, though, is uncanny. That is right. That's something I would have never saw coming. Plus, I didn't know he was a blocking motherfucker like that. You know what I mean? Because it totally makes sense.
He's gonna come back down to earth, though. It's the Detroit Lions. They always fuck shit up over there. I'd sell high if I could, because it was really fluky these last 2 games how he's put up his points.
You know what it was? It's because Kiddo started him against me last week. That son of a bitch.
And it's funny. Tino said that they got paid the same amount. Fucking Gibbs got 4 years for 17. I mean, you say the same amount. That's less. That's less.
First rounder.
Yeah. Still less, though. 4 years. I mean, what is that? I mean, that's like 4 and some change per year compared to Monty's 6 and some change. And the one thing about Gibbs, they got him for sure for 4 years. Why just kill him in the first year?
He might just be a Dumas, bro. He might just be picking up this playbook really fucking slow. And then on top of that, he's not showing any like just organic, natural instinct and no vision. I haven't seen any of the vision that you want your running back to have.
Tino, I'm so confused. He said Gibbs gets more. Is it because his is guaranteed? Like that's what we're talking? Because last I checked, 18 mil is more than 17.
But what's the guarantees?
Well, we know Gibbs is fully guaranteed. Nobody else gets. I mean, no one else is getting fully guaranteed money.
Yeah, and like that's the difference between 7 overall and 12 overall for a 7 overall for a Bijan getting 24 million fully guaranteed, 13 of it this year.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. And that's the way they're doing it. And like that's like the cheat code, right? Because like Bijan is going to be worth nothing against the cap for his rookie contract. I'm sure it's the same for Gibbs, where he got some fat signing bonus, and then it's like nothing.
Okay, this is what I want now. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Just fucking give me Kirk Cousins over there to the Falcons next year. You know what I mean? Because the Brock, as long as he doesn't die on us. Because if anything happens to the Brock, welcome Kirk Cousins next year. Watch, you know what I'm saying, to the Niners. You know what I'm saying? But how
Purdy has already been, I mean, even by Cowboys fans, he's already been, dubbed.
They're trying to curse them. That's what they're trying to do.
That's what Tino's doing. He's trying to curse them, saying that
Tino likes Purdy.
The franchise. He loves Purdy.
I said likes.
I think he
still will remember that he's the Niner and be like, fuck him.
I think Tino loves Purdy. He's defending.
I love Dak for fantasy. I kind of hate him right now because he's not being the Dak I love for fantasy.
Dak's a bitch. Yeah, Tino's, he's laughing. He said, Bogey knows me.
I said he likes him.
You like me. You really, really like me. And shout out to Flappo on Twitch. He said, need an assist with my RB ×2. Okay, so 2 RBs. Sanders, Brees, Josh Kelly, Khalil Herbert. Had Nick Chubb. Oh, man. Yeah, that's tough. You're going the first 2. Fuck Khalil Herbert. Fuck Josh Kelly. Just drop Josh Kelly. He's a landmine. He fucking sucks.
I'm just dropping for nobody.
I mean, trade him away to some idiot who thinks he's going to be
something. You know what, though? Do what you got to do, because, I do crazy things. Like last night, I said, you know what? I don't know what maybe it was the Molly mushrooms. I was like, Josh Reynolds is the landmine. I didn't start him last night. Yeah. Even though like who this is what I wanted to do. That's why I went to MIT. Wanted to be a line maker for something. Like, how is he projected 13 point like 50 something? He gets like 13 point 30 something. Like, damn, these motherfuckers are good, man. Isn't that crazy? Those son of a bitches are good. I'm like, that's a trap. Cut them. But okay, man. And linebackers, there's a lot out there, but there's not a lot I want to have technically, right? I dropped him for Chad Muma.
Yeah,
like Devin Lloyd's gonna miss significant time. Is it not? It's not season ending, right? Or is it? Oh, it is.
No,
it's not. It's Troy Anderson that's not season ending, right?
Both of them aren't season ending. Troy Anderson's on the IR. They didn't put Devin Lloyd on the IR.
Okay.
I mean, they could before the game, technically.
Didn't Devin Lloyd get a surgery?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even.
But it doesn't mean he's going on IR.
Yeah. No. Yeah. He didn't like have surgery on his ACL or like anything or anything like that. And I even picked up Chad Muma to start against you in the Green Bowl because I'm like lack of option.
But I picked him up last night in the Green Bowl.
Is it the Green Bowl?
I
swore it was the Green Bowl that I'm starting him against you. Maybe it was one of the dynasties that I just had.
Because that's the one, and you know why I picked him up? In fear that you would pick him up and start against me in the Green Bowl. Like, you know what, we're cutting Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, and you know what? That's not it. Yeah, it had to be one of the dynasties.
Okay, good, because I was about to say no.
Like, it's somewhere. It's somewhere that I
slipped into the multiverse. I'm like, am I that good that I was on the Molly mushrooms last night? In another, like, astral projecting me in another variant, making that move, but against you, but it wasn't.
Man, I cannot believe I started Aaron Jones. Fuck. And even at the end, when I noticed, like, oh shit, I still have Brandon Ayuk over here. Maybe I shouldn't start him. I didn't take him out.
I recall this, but you know what though? You know what? You're not flawed. It's because it's the way you feel about Aaron Jones. Like, see, I remember when people asked us about Aaron Jones yesterday, I said, I'm the type of crazy asshole that'll try to be over-disciplined and not play Aaron Jones when they say he's going to be on a snap count. Because here's my thing. I didn't do that with Romeo Dubs the first couple of weeks. But you know what I mean? I didn't play him when they say he was going to be on a snap count. But outside of places, I had to play him, right? Then it's just like, man, Green Bay wouldn't play him. They had him on a snap count, but he still got the work when he was out there. And that's how I kind of viewed Aaron Jones. Like, okay, you either got to be really disciplined or wait till I sit him somewhere and he blows up on my bench, because that's what happens to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facebook
And how about this? In the places I have Aaron Jones, guess where he's at? In my lineup. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People are dead at running back. And Facebook user said start 2, Waddle, Adams, Ridley, or Mike Evans.
Waddle, Adams, Ridley, and Mike. It'd be Waddle and Mike Evans. Oh no, Waddle and Ridley.
I'm going Waddle and Adams.
Oh, Adams is in there. They said Evans.
No, Adams.
Yeah, Waddle and Adams. That's a smash.
Evans is in there. Is Waddle, Adams, okay. Ridley, Evans.
Yeah, give me Adams and Waddle. That was easy.
And hell yeah, Bakes, let them know. Get some of these squares for Sunday night. We got the Chiefs and the Jets game. If you haven't played before, just send me a message. I'll get you the link to play. And Jake said, am I wrong, or did Laporta not even get a reception or look in that second half? I don't think he did.
They were running the ball a lot. He was out there blocking.
Yeah, they just didn't throw a lot in the second half. They didn't need to. They're fucking winning by like 20 plus when that shit started. And Angelo on Twitch said Bijan plus Keenan for Justin Jefferson, Jonathan Taylor. What side's better once Jonathan Taylor is confirmed to play?
You can tell he's on the Taylor side. I like the Keenan Allen Bijan side.
Yeah, and I'm not making this trade like this. Like, what's the point of making a trade like this? Like, you're trading top wide receiver for a top wide receiver. You're trading a great running back for someone who we think is going to be great if he comes back and plays. But no, man, lacks creativity. Figure out how to get Justin Jefferson and Keenan Allen on the same team.
Yep. Maybe look at your running backs and be like, hey, I might be able to fare well without Bijan if I have Jefferson.
Yeah.
Jefferson and Keenan.
Oh, yeah. DeAndre Swift season on YouTube. What up? He said, I want to pick up Dalvin Cook from the waivers. Why? And he said, full PPR 12 team. Any of these guys worth dropping? Zay Jones, Kadarius Toney, Rashid Shaheed, JSN, Josh Downs, Tank Dell. Kadarius Toney. Get rid of Kadarius Toney, man. What are you still holding on to him for? But Dalvin Cook fucking sucks, so I don't know why you're going to pick him up, though.
There's a reason Dalvin Cook's out there, but I'd rather Dalvin than one of the first two.
Especially Kadarius Toney.
But at least Kadarius, I'm not even going to try to make a case.
Yeah, no reason. Jake said, I know you don't like Jordan Love, but looking at the schedule, it looks good for him. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one of the best things.
Who doesn't like Jordan Love? He's awesome for fantasy.
Yeah.
It's just really ugly. And like, I like that Detroit was able to get through that line routinely. So he has to either run himself or, he got to throw the ball.
How many people did I tell yesterday to start Jordan Love over Fields? Like multiple, easily. And I showed you what I think about Fields, but I feel like Love has a pretty safe floor, and it was shaky. If you didn't watch the game, you weren't nervous about it. You just see a 20, next to his name after the game, and you're feeling all right.
I mean, and then if there is a bounce back spot here, Fields isn't a bounce back spot, but yeah, I mean, how are you going to? Jordan Love is one of the touchdown leaders right now at the QB position.
Yeah.
Is he not the leader?
I don't think he's the leader. I mean, well, maybe like right.
He was tied with Cousins going into this week.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think he has 3 games with 3, right?
So no, even right now, he's still behind Cousins and Tua.
Oh, okay. I forgot. Tua went absolutely crazy. Duh.
Well, actually, I mean, he does have 2 on the ground as well. So he has double digits. Is he the only one with double digits?
I'm saying.
I mean, he's played his 4th game. He's the only one with double digits so far.
Oh, yeah. Well, even minus this game, right?
I mean, it took him 2 to get to double digits. He only had 2 in this game. So going into this, he was tied.
Oh, man. Jordan Love sucks. He only had 2. Fucked up his average. Sucks. Drop him.
Yeah. Going into this game, he had less than Hurts, and he was tied with actually, no. He had less than He had less than Kirk. He was tied with Mahomes.
Mahomes?
Yeah. But yeah, he's up there. That's the shitty defenses he's going up against. And Dems, what up, Dems? He said, happy Friday, Ford, Madison, or Flowers. Stop asking about Madison. I'm not playing him like anywhere. It's probably Ford. I hate Ford. I'm nervous about Flowers.
It sucks that Cam Akers is actually going to get in the mix here. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cam Akers like get into like 50-50 split with him this week and then eventually be the lead and Alexander Madison goes back to being what he was behind Cook. Is that far-fetched?
No. I was never convinced that they liked Alexander Madison like that. I'm
number two.
Yeah, and I'm nervous about Flowers and the Browns D over there. It's like we've seen polar opposite games.
It's the number one defense as it stands right now, overall, right?
Pretty much. And Sam said, should I trade Diggs, Alexander Madison, and Lamar Jackson for Saquon, Kupp, and Fields?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, it's nice that you're getting rid of Alexander Madison, but outside of that, I don't know. Kupp's not coming back for weeks. Tino said the whole time I thought we were talking about QBs, I noticed never brought up Tuna once, my first round pick in every draft.
Good shit. I mean, the tuna fish was definitely a fucking value in Superflex this year. People, it's really polarizing that people couldn't stop. They couldn't unsee him throwing the gang signs that they're like, bro, he takes one hit, he's dead. But it's like, no one ever stopped to think, well, what if they get it to where he doesn't get hit due to scheme? You know what I mean? That ball is out so fucking quick right now. I want to look that up one day. Who's the quickest release right now? It's got to be two up there, and like Justin Herbert, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Charter, 2 running backs, QB, and 2 flexes. All right, let's start with the running backs. B-Rob, Najee, Ford, Walker, Pacheco, Algier, A-Chain. Walker and Najee. Let's pick 2.
Yeah, Najee against Houston. I'm Walker, and I'm one more time Najee. Let's go. And this person's gonna play Walker in an A-Chain no matter what. You already know it.
And 1 QB, Geno or Burrow. I'm going Burrow.
It's ugly, but this is why we win.
And then now we got 2 flexes out of B-Rob, Ford, Pacheco, Algier, A-Chain, Ayuk, and Nico.
B-Rob and A-Chain?
I'm going to go B-Rob and Ayuk.
I didn't know Ayuk was even an option. Yeah, I'm with you.
Let's see.
I was too busy thinking about Collins. I didn't know Ayuk was in there.
What up, Yuck? He said I started AA Ron, and I actually traded him this morning to go get him on the cheap. Oh, traded for him this morning to get him on the cheap. Nice.
Aaron Jones?
Yeah.
or a AA Ron as an Aaron Rodgers.
So I have no idea. We're just going along with it right now. I don't know everybody's nicknames. What? Full PPR, Waddle or Puka?
Waddle, if I have to choose.
Yeah.
I want to attach myself to that shootout. But why is that a choice though? You should play Puka. He gets this is the likelihood he gets more targets. But man, he's not found the end zone this year, huh?
Yeah. Just Dre said I want Tony Pollard. I'm offering CD and Jerick McKinnon for him. Fair trade.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
It's basically that person's not gonna want to do that, but
yeah, why would he? Why would they want to? I mean, hopefully he's just a crazy Cowboy fan.
Yeah, and maybe they're enamored by the Jerick McKinnon 2 touchdowns, or you could be like, hey, he has 3 on the year, bro. We're going into week 4. Do the math, man. Jerick fucking McKinnon, bro.
Yeah, if that person's not extremely stacked at running back, I feel like you're just wasting your time sending that out. But maybe you got some crazy fool over there.
And if you feel like I feel about Tony Pasta, I'd sell high for the world right now. Like, look at we saw one negative game script, and he didn't even get utilized in the passing game. It was like you saw Dawdle out there doing the Tony Pasta shit last year when they had Zeke. You know what I mean?
And that definitely wouldn't be selling high on on a Tony Pollard for sure.
Getting CD, I think it is. But CD, you know, it's also because CD hasn't been blowing up yet, or else people are not moving CD. You know what I mean?
It ain't. I mean, CD's not what we. He's not top 5. That's what he got drafted to be. Like, he's been a disappointment so far.
I traded CD. I traded 4 CD last week in a league, or a couple days ago actually, in a league, just because I was like, this person's like, you know what I mean? I know like they're willing to move CD, not, you know, just based on what's going on now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like selling CD at a discount, right?
Yeah, and like on my side, I sent Brandon Ayuk wearing all this too. Sent Brandon Ayuk, Alvin Kamara, and Marvin Mims. And I brought back ETN and CD Lamb.
That's wild.
It's the stock market. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. And like for me, I love Ayuk. He's kind of hurt right now. CD Lamb, I would have always had CD Lamb over him if I was to do it all over again in a draft. And you know, I got all these guys at a value, and I got to grab some guys I wouldn't be able to have at this point. You know what I mean?
Let's see. Matt's, he said, I get Tua, Rashad White. They get Geno, James Conner, Hunter Henry. Good trade. I don't think Rashad White's going to be anything, but I mean, if Tua's going to make that much of a difference for your team, I like it.
James Cook? Was it?
No, it was James Conner.
Oh, my bad.
It was Geno, James Conner, and Hunter Henry. I'm sure Hunter Henry was like a waiver wire pickup or whatever. So,
and then Geno, late round acquisition because it's single QB, and to get up to Tua, I'm not mad at that.
Tua was a late round acquisition as well. Like, that's what's crazy.
And that's why that person, the Tua person, is probably like, yeah, he probably feels like he's flipping it too. He's probably hurting that running back and bringing over James Conner. Probably pretty stoked about that. You know what I mean?
Man, this year was so much better on the late QB than all the other years because it was Kirk and Tua. Like, I know for us, like these late round guys in the single. They've just been hitting. There's so many teams where I have Tua and Kirk Cousins on them, and it sucks having to make the decision weekly. But I only play in like 2 or 3 single QBs.
I usually just move one of those guys.
It's hard to trade away QBs in single.
But I'm willing to go like 1 for 1. You know what I mean? Single QB. Or a package deal, and then you sweeten it up with the QB.
Yes, that's what sucks. Like, man, you gotta
be willing to have the effort to do that. Look around.
Yeah. Let me just make your team way better by overpaying with like my backup QB. And then their team starts balling because they got Tua or Cousins.
In the great words of Hard to Start, Kev, meet me there, don't beat me there.
And Hustling Bruce, he said Taylor will be traded before he plays for Indy and won't be available till week 8 at earliest. What do you think? I don't think he's playing for the Colts at all, so I'm with you on him getting traded. I don't know about week 8 though. Week 8, that might be the trade deadline, huh?
You want to know what I think?
What?
I think that's the name of our tag team. Hustle and Bruce. That's our tag team names right there. Ain't that right, Hustle? You're supposed to say that's right, Bruce. But you gotta say like in Family Matters. Right, Bruce.
Right, Bruce.
Yeah. We're hustling Bruce.
Okay, so yeah, week 8, that would be the trade deadline week. So I doubt if he gets traded week 8 that he's playing week 8 though.
Who's this?
JT.
You got to show him off a little bit. So he comes week 5, he'd be eligible to come back, right? Probably about a week of practice. Then he gets in there. I don't even think he gets in there.
You think JT needs to be shown off? Like teams like don't just need physical.
His health.
I mean, that's what the physical is for.
Yeah, but still though, you want to make sure. Okay, how about
He's not playing on the Colts. He's not playing. That shit ain't happening.
I can believe that. I'm just saying though, like I think showing him, making him look. Okay,
Why would you have to show him? That's my question. Why, like, people don't know what Jonathan
Sammy,
Taylor is?
Sammy Watkins, right, with the Bills. He's coming off this ankle, and you know what I'm saying, and he had a surgery or whatever, and then it's the fucking it's a preseason game, and it's when Tyrod Taylor's there, 2017. It's like week 2 of the preseason. It's the whole entire drive, big bombs to Sammy Watkins, and then he scores a tug, right? Then they sit him down, they flip him that very next day to the Rams.
But that's Sammy Watkins, someone who's literally injured like every year of his like career. Like,
okay, if I have Jonathan Taylor and he had all this mileage and he never got hurt until last year, and it was so much so that he kept getting hurt and he had to get surgeries, I want to see it. Or I'm not paying up what they're asking for. See, you know what I'm saying? So like your argument still works perfect because you might not never see him in a Colts jersey again because he's gonna get moved. Because that's a team that be willing to get it unseen based on what they've seen before, and because they're getting it for cheaper.
Because there's not gonna be a first rounder in the mix for him.
No, never.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that would be like paying up.
You know what? I think for a team that wants JT and they're like, oh, I'm gonna win. I'm circa the Dolphins. I think they would give up a first round. What's the first round to them? Late.
Yeah, but I just don't think running backs even. I mean, shit. Not even CMC was worth a first, right?
How much did they give up to get OBJ? The Rams. They felt this was a piece they needed to go get them a title. Whatever they paid at the end.
Wide receivers are different. Wide receivers are different.
It, but it's still it's still trading for a high end skill player. Like, just remove the skill position. It's still high end skill player, right? On a team, make a difference. But just if you're that team, do you give a fuck about the first? I mean, look at the Rams. Maybe they're paying for it now with no first and all that shit. But I'm just saying.
But you're treating the NFL like fantasy at this.
Of course I am.
Well, yeah, but the teams aren't treating it like that. No one's trading a first rounder.
I don't know, man. I feel like all the
last running back I was traded for a first round was Trent Richardson.
Yeah.
Not even CMC had a first rounder in that mix. And they could have paid out a first rounder 3 years from now or whatever if they really wanted to.
CMC had he was a repeat offender on season-ending injuries and IR injuries. JT this is the first time JT's ever got hurt. It's still cause for concern. So I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, that's why no one's giving up.
He wasn't going to pass the physical before the year started. And that was part of the reason why he couldn't even get moved. Like, realistically, he couldn't even get moved before the year started. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, if he's out on the field, that means he passed a team their physical, right? Just to be back on the team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not on the injury.
Then you got to see him on the field.
He's on the non-injury PUP though, right?
But it's only considered non-injury because this injury that he had a surgery for that he's recovering for didn't have anything to do with in season.
Yeah.
So that's why it's considered. It's a loophole. That's why they're easily like, yeah, boom. Now he's out of our hair until week 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's him coming off this ankle or foot surgery, whatever it was.
Yeah. And it's Donk said, would you rather have Swift or Ramondre? Ramondre.
I'd rather have Ramondre in a vacuum.
That's funny. It's Donk said, is this live? And Chaotic said this was recorded 2 months ago.
I mean, I'm that good. This is me 2 months ago, Brad. Listen, what's the date? July 27th, 8th. There you go.
And Tino said Fax has no first rounder ever, too valuable. Yeah, I mean, it's just always for wide receivers just going to carry like more value than running backs. It's crazy because we saw a guy like Brandon Cooks get traded 2 years in a row for first. Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, let me ask you this: is JT not a running back that would warrant a first round? The type of production that he's produced before.
If he wasn't hurt, then yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and I think that's what JT knows. So that's why he's standing. That's why he's standing on his.
See, even that, like we say that, Like, is he worth a first? But like, do teams think that he's worth a first? Because
I think
like,
if I'm a team like the Dolphins, and you know, you come from, you know, you're Mike McDaniels, you come from the Niners, where we don't give a fuck about those early picks, man. You know what I mean?
yeah, but if they give 2 second-rounders, you know, and keep the first, I mean, that's probably more than, because I don't think if it was going to be a first rounder, it'd just be like 1 first and that's it. But even then,
but how about this too? Even for a running back, what if you brought back JT in the third?
Yeah, but they're not doing that.
And that third could
thirds are too valuable. Now you're treating it like fantasy. That ain't happening.
But you know
you gotta get to like the 5th and 6th rounders.
Chris Ballard is viable to do shit like that. You gotta look at the type of GM we're talking about too. Chris Ballard will do something like that. Chris Ballard once paid 2 second rounds for Carson Wentz, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's 2 second rounders though. It's not a first. Didn't give up the first. The first is just way too valuable because I mean, shit. Look at they were able to get a Tyreek.
If it's a late first, if it's a late first, I'm not tripping off that.
I mean, but look at some of the people. Look at some of the players that are drafted with these late firsts. All you have to do is relate it to people that hit on their late first, and then it just gets more and more valuable.
How about this? You know why the Eagles trade for AJ Brown? Because they just, for some reason, outside of Devontae Smith, cannot hit on a true number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
So they're like, screw it. Let's go trade for AJ Brown. What did the Titans do? They used that, got Treylon Burks. You know how such a Eagles move it would have been? Like if they were the ones that drafted Treylon Burks, to be like, damn, they cannot hit on first round receivers outside of Devontae Smith because he is a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even then, you have a top. Well, where did you go?
It took him going to a team where he had rapport, played with the QB. You know what I mean? Like they had a relationship, and in life and on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and come on, I mean Heisman Trophy winner. Like I mean, he's got skills. You know,
he's a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's a home run hit right there. That's a can't miss. So outside of just like my Niners sucked at first round draft picks. Maybe outside of Nick Bosa.
You know, even said it right there. I mean, same thing that I said. CMC wasn't. Why would JT be? I mean, what's the difference in age from CMC to JT?
CMC has a very decorated injury history. You know what I mean?
But still, it's CMC.
And I think because I've been saying the JT to the Dolphins whenever this was a thing, like back in August and whatnot, because it's like look at what Mostert and A-Chain just did. Like
it's 2 years. He's 2 years younger than CMC at the if he, you know, at the time of the trade, if he gets traded this year. But CMC and JT, there's just, I mean, the level of talent, like, I mean, there's a reason why CMC's drafted top 10 in the NFL and Jonathan Taylor is a second rounder.
Yep. And Jonathan Taylor had a shitload of miles on him coming out of college, but his rap sheet was clean as far as injuries. His whole thing was he never missed a practice or since going all the way back to high school. He never missed a practice or a game due to injury going all the way back to high school because I think that there was like some COVID shit or whatever. Outside of that, he had never missed a practice or anything until he started to. You know what I mean? I think for a running back period, once you get any injury that's like requires surgery, it's just like they're like, yes, no leverage for you now. You know
I mean, is that like literally every single player, right? Like, I mean, should you get any kind of injury, that's the leverage they need to make,
especially running back
deal. Well, yeah, I mean, anything though. Like shit, look at Joe Burrow. Like, I mean, it took him. I mean, we knew that he was.
Nick Bosa the same thing.
Yeah, we knew that Joe Burrow was going to get paid, but look how that calf injury like extended it. It took more time. They had to come back to the table multiple times after that, just because he was injured at the time.
He's like, guys, if you don't pay me, how am I going to buy this new state-of-the-art calf? And like, that's really confusing, but he's right. Really fucking confusing, but he is spot on.
It's donk.
It's like Deshaun Watson's like, look, Cleveland, I'm gonna need the most unprecedented, highest guaranteed bag, $230 million, because I got all these settlements I'm about to have to pay. All right,
and you guys suck. Like, all right, you got us with the second one. We suck.
I'm hanging up. No, don't hang up. So we got a deal. Yeah. All right.
It's Dong said just traded Swift and Quentin Johnston for Ramondre and Fields. I don't like Fields.
Is it a super flex? Because if it is, bravo. If it's a single QB, I don't know.
I just always assume single QB until they tell us different.
Well, I always hope it's super flex because that's what y'all should be doing. Then all these QBs are fucking valuable.
Hell yeah, even shitty ones like Fields.
Listen, Fields, he got the squeaking. Yeah, when's the last time you seen a QB get squeaky wheeling, bruh? You know what I mean? He's like, listen,
And it's donk. Is it single QB or super flex? He said I have Lamar, then that makes Fields even more worthless.
Teach his own.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I just don't like Fields right now. He's sucking for any fantasy team that starts him. Yeah, he said single QB.
And Lamar finally had a big game. I probably would have sold Lamar some. And I'll sell Lamar now. If you like your Fields so much, which I'm not mad at. Like Fields is in a bounce back spot here this week. And it's not hard to bounce back when you've been putting up nothing. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So just take what I said for what it's worth. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, and then I'd flip Lamar right now and get something I need on my team. If this is clearly a team where people would move the QBs around for things they need. You know what I mean?
And he said he's playing, and it's Donk said Fields was free. Well, no, he wasn't. He was part of that trade. You could have got someone else for free instead of him.
You could have got it like the 2 for 3, even if that was the case. Like Fields should have been like a throw-in.
Yeah, it's Donk said he's playing in Disneyland next month. What do you mean? What do you mean playing in Disneyland next month?
They have another Disney thing going on?
Let's see.
Look it up. Chicago in Disneyland or something. Chicago Bears in Disneyland.
Let's see. All I see is the Toy Story game right now.
You know, in Stonk, I just want to say, if you're having fun doing what you're doing, hell yeah. As long as you're having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've said it a lot of times.
And when you said he's going to Disneyland, does that mean like he's going to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Is this cryptic?
And Tino said too many Fields questions. It's because people don't know what to do with them. They drafted him way too high, and now they're like, fuck, what do I do with him now? Got to trade him. Got to give him away somehow. Get him off my team. And Derek said, I think Swift's finally with the right team, so I'm not trading him away this time if I have him. It's going to get hurt, man. It's coming. Always does.
He's behind the best offensive line, and he has a rushing QB. So, you know, I mean, and he's in a rotation with Gainwell back. But he's going to lead that rotation, if you ask me now, moving forward. He showed enough that it's like, you know what I mean? And Gainwell hasn't shown enough to blow nobody away. So there's that. But, yeah, all things considered, I'm probably inclined to flip Swift right now.
Fucking Tino. He said, I think I need to ease back on the trolling. He said, y'all know I'm kidding when I say Michael Vick is Fields, right?
Yeah, I totally know.
Well, yeah, we know, but like I think he's saying like for everyone else who's like out there, you know, listening, who's thinking Fields is like,
and you know what's crazy too is like it's the amount of like people that come into fantasy like and they're like maybe like 4 or 5 years deep in it at this point. They'll be like, bro, everything's Lamar. They're trying to find Lamar. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Everything they're trying to find Lamar. Who's the next? He's the new Lamar, bro. It's Lamar Jackson, bro. Then there's the same people who probably never won in fantasy for the last fucking 15 years, or maybe won a couple times, and it might have been because of a Michael Vick, and they're in a 4-point passing touchdown, and they're like, everything's Michael Vick. Everything that runs the ball is Michael Vick or Cam Newton. Yeah, like okay, look at my dumb ass. What is Anthony Richardson's nickname?
I forget. I'm stoned.
Dumbass Cam.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, is he not like Cam Newton, but like stupid?
Yeah,
like not smart.
Yeah,
so that's his player comp. You know what I mean?
This is fucking hilarious. Clock said, just got some garden gnomes. They look like Tupac, Biggie, Snoop, Eazy-E, and Ludacris.
That's tight.
But I gotta know what's your fantasy.
And you're gonna put those on the motherfucking on his lawn, or you're gonna have him in the man cave. Because if they're on the lawn, that's hard.
Man, I don't know why. So Noble, I got him this ABC book, like back when he was a baby, pretty much, and it was like the
hip hop ABC book.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't even know why he pulled it out like the other day and was like just going through.
So my son, he has the sweater. It's the whole alphabet.
Okay.
It's a hoodie, and now Mimi wears it because she's, you know what I mean, it's her size now. But yeah, it has all of them. It's all, the whole alphabet, and it's just every rapper per letter and shit.
Yeah. And Darren, what up, Darren? He said price button on Jacob's trade. He said panic on Jacobs. I mean, this is the game where like you should be happy that he's going up against the Chargers.
You have permission to panic, yes. But like, here's the funny thing about divisional matchups, right? Is that like a bad team against everyone else could show up. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like they got to start. Look, now they're back in full strength. You know, with Jacoby and Adams. You know what I'm saying? And if you can just start throwing to the running back, as in Josh Jacobs, on first and second downs, like they've always had the last couple of years. Maybe bring that back, because that's what gave Jacobs a really nasty floor. You know what I mean?
I think that the Chargers, that they come out and win this game, but I bet you it's ugly, and I bet you the Raiders are even winning for like a big portion like of this game.
Is Jimmy playing?
We don't know. The last we heard is they're optimistic about him because it's the concussion. So, like, today's pretty important. But yeah, Chargers defense like sucks.
Oh yeah, today's Friday. I don't know why I was thinking it was Saturday. I need a haircut today.
If anybody's nervous, so does that mean we're skipping FNT?
No, I was gonna say I'll be back like maybe like with 30 minutes after you start if you want to rock it.
Okay.
If not, I don't mind.
It'll be
it's a big news day. I mean, we can't, you know what I mean? People this Friday, so
yeah. Even if I want to do it, I want to do it quick today, and I was even gonna see about moving back silver screen breakdowns.
I'm about it all. We can even move back. I'm even down to move.
I can't move back FNT. I gotta get that. I gotta get that done with.
Okay.
So it's might be at 1 o'clock, but if you're back at 1:30, I mean, you know, we
go till 2.
Everything might be done by 2. But I'd like to move back silver screen breakdowns to like 7 if we could. And then that gives Nelly a chance to come in, even if he wants to come in just for a little bit of it. You know, if he can't hang all the way through Act 3.
I watched a good chunk of it last night. That movie's tight as fuck.
Yeah, and I am listening to the audio.
There's so many fucking crazy fucking, like, the Easter eggs are insane.
Yeah, and what's it called? Like, I'm listening to the audio book right now, and the thing that's crazy about the audio book is I'm like 3 hours in. 2 hours of it I was on the ×2 speed. I need to get back to the ×2, but like I'm 3 hours in, and it's still explaining the Oasis. You know, and it's like in the movie, I mean, shit, they explain it in like 2 minutes, you know, the way that everything's going. So, I mean, that's the big difference between the audiobook and the movie is like,
well, I'm sure
you can't make a movie be 10 hours unless it's a fucking, you know, yeah.
I mean, but I'm sure, like, when it comes to literature, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you can go through the beginning stages, the inception of the idea, then the building of it, the construction. You know what I mean? Like, but
it's like right now, the spot that I'm listening to is like, I'm learning everything about whatever the guy's name is. I can't think of it. Where he's like, I went and I watched all the Indiana Joneses. I watched Back to the Future, all of them, and you know, just literally going down a list of all these pop culture, you know, things that he did to, you know, learn about the guy.
Yeah. Oh, to learn the guy. Yeah. The main avatar, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And in there, he's in school in the Oasis, and he said that the dude threw like, I don't know, like $5 million a year, like something like that, to build the Oasis online public schools. Very crazy, because then we go to online schools later. It's a little bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah. When was this book written?
I think it was published in 2010.
Yeah, they made a movie of this shit real fast, huh?
The movie rights and the book rights got bought at the same time.
Nice.
That's how crazy it was. They knew it was going to be a dope ass movie.
Spielberg got his hands on that thing. It was like, yeah, I'm doing this.
Warner Brothers bought it right away from him. They said, or, you know, the license or whatever the fuck, you know, they got the rights to it. And the first person's hands that they put it in was Steven Spielberg. And the guy said he had to wait for 2 weeks to hear back. And he was like, it was the most like stressful 2 weeks of my life. And, but he came back, and especially because it's like, I mean, Steven Spielberg, like most of these references are like his movies, you know, and that's what's crazy is like the guy who wrote this did not write it knowing that Steven Spielberg was going to direct and, you know, be like a main producer, because Steven Spielberg didn't just direct it. The producing, they said he was there for like his hands were in everything. They show all the behind the scenes footage of him there, and like, yeah, he had his hand in everything.
Man, like it's really fucking dope how they recreated hella shit, bro. Like the Shining joint, that shit was nuts.
That, and they said that for that, they said that Steven Spielberg and I forget the other dude, he said they were geeking out about that. Like, we get to remake The Shining in our own like little version, like creaming their panties over it.
Yeah, it's all it just it really is fucking dope. Like all the little shit, bro. Like even like like just the gear that they're wearing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like everything means something, bruh. Like he's wearing Han Solo's fucking holster, but it has fucking whatever rock band logo on the fucking belt. You know what I mean? From the 80s.
Yeah.
And then fucking
it's almost impossible to like
drag, like you see like, and all the countless video game references from Gundam to Mortal Kombat, just all my childhood shit is like, oh shit. Remember when I watched this shit hella Shroomin' at the drive-ins, bruh.
Okay. Oh shit, you saw it when it was in theaters.
Yeah, so we're just partying and shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I remember this movie vaguely. You know what I mean? So like reliving it.
Yeah.
The second time I watched it, only I haven't even powered through the entire shit the second time.
I mean, as long as it's a 2-hour movie. I mean, it's crazy that they turned what was a 16-hour audiobook, you know, into a 2-hour movie. I mean, because I can already imagine there's going to be way more. Someone was even like, they came in on the comments and was like, oh man, they were like, if you actually read the book or you read the audio book, like you wouldn't even recommend the movie to anyone. And
but that goes for any joint.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Like when I started fucking with the Star Wars audiobooks, right, those were really fucking dope, right? Different stories. Then I was like, oh shit, they have audiobooks and novelizations for the actual like original trilogies, right?
Right.
And they're way better, more in depth. And I'm like, the movies suck after that. You know what I mean? Obviously, because if you're really invested, you know what I'm saying? And like nothing, I mean, that's why literature, I mean, shit, literature is a shit. It paints it in your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, bro. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
But that's why I do like these series. Like, I mean, it would be cool if like someone did like a series on it and made it like exactly like the book. And it's like, fuck. I mean, it'd have to be like, you know, maybe it's a 20-part series or something.
You know why that's hard to do? Because now you get, unless the studio owns all the properties.
Well, Warner Brothers, everything that they were putting in there, I mean, it did have to be Warner Brothers like doing it.
Yeah, and then everything else, if they need to buy it, they would.
Yeah.
Or you could well, in music they call it mechanical licensing. I don't know what it's called in movies, but like for example, Sony, they own the Spider-Man property, but they have a deal with Marvel where it's where like, you know, Sony gets a whatever cut every time they're basically renting Spider-Man in Marvel, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, and what's dope is that now that they're all canon, you know what that means, right? Like, it means like they're a part of the main storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So when, with the multiverse, now they welcome in all the other Sony characters. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? Like, because you have the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and you have the what's the other dude? The Tobey Maguire. Is that his name? Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, wasn't he the first Spider-Man?
Yeah. So you're able to cross them because now it's like you can strike this deal. You can get it basically like mechanical licensing. Like, yeah, I'm allowing you to use this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a cut, or I'm gonna get whatever the fucking deal is that they struck. You know what I mean? that exists. Because before that, you like okay, look at Disney, they're fucking dope. Because it's like they're doing it all for the nerds like me. Because at one point they buy Marvel, but when they buy Marvel only has like X amount of the characters under there. They didn't even really have the Hulk. The Hulk's with Universal, and then Spider-Man and that whole everything Spider-Man is with.
That's why Disney's losing hella money right now, right?
Yeah, the Spider-Man's with Sony, and then then all the X-Men shit that I loved personally. That was like all my favorite. Fox had all that shit. You know what I mean? So
buy Fox.
Let's go fucking buy Fox now. And now it's like I'm just idling by, like, okay, now they're fucking having fun with all the X-Men properties. Like the next Deadpool movie, they're doing a play on Deadpool. Deadpool kills the Marvel universe, right? So it's gonna be him and Wolverine, which is a multiverse version. It's gonna be they're bringing back Hugh Jackman, and they're just basically gonna go through the multiverse, killing everybody, because they're basically two guys that you basically can't kill. I mean, you can kill them, quote unquote, but their rejuvenation properties are so remarkable that they just they just kill everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then it's kind of metaphorical, because that's going to be the end of all the Fox Marvel characters, all the iterations, all the actors because they're bringing them all back for like one last hurrah just to get killed off, and then Disney will introduce slowly. Because they're already introducing mutants already, right? Like Captain Marvel, or whatever her name is, the Marvels, they're mutants.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the last Wakanda, the villain, Nemo or whatever his name, he's a mutant. So they're like introducing it slowly. Because before that, you couldn't even use the term mutant, because that's the Fox term from the X-Men shit, right? So they would say, oh, they have special abilities. You know what I mean? Because then they're talking about like Quicksilver or what's her name, Scarlet Witch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just I know I'm getting real nerdy, but Clock, where you at? Clock and Peacock. They know what I'm talking about.
And Dem said X-Men's the best. He said we need some Gambit content. He said the people don't know.
You know, they're okay. Check this out. That Deadpool movie that they're talking about. Supposedly, when they're going through the multiverse, they're gonna have the Channing Tatum Gambit in there as a cameo, because Channing Tatum was supposed to play Gambit in a one-off movie, and that would have been fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Yeah. Big fan of Channing Tatum.
Look at this for Chef.
Sounds weird for a dude to say that, doesn't it?
For Chef something here, he said someone offered me Hurts, Mark Andrews, and Breece Hall for Richardson, Barkley, and Waller. Should I do it? I think so. They're super high on Richardson. This is you like selling high on Richardson.
Yep. I'm about it.
And Barkley, though, I mean, I would hope that he's like luxury for you, because I mean, Breece Hall's like nothing getting back.
You know, Breece Hall, what's that man's name? Saquon is a beast. This guy's already practicing, even if it's limited. He was practicing yesterday, and that was their Wednesday, being that they're playing Monday. So like this is
he might play this Monday. That's what's crazy.
He might play. That's kind of crazy, right?
I mean, he had it was a high ankle sprain. He came back in 3 weeks, right? This is just like an ordinary ankle sprain or whatever they said. I can't remember.
It was like 4 weeks he missed last. Oh, was it 3?
It was only 3 that he missed. And this one, they got the extended week. And he's only missed 1 game so far. Right? He hasn't missed 2 games, has he? That happened in week 2?
Yep. And that was a Thursday.
Yeah.
So that's why it doesn't seem that. I mean, that's why it doesn't seem that long.
Yeah, it's almost been.
But it has been some time. So he's had. By this point, he'll have 15 days since he got in. No, was that a Monday when he got hurt?
No, I thought it was the Thursday game.
Oh yeah, he got hurt on a Thursday. Oh yeah, my bad. I'm fucking up. No. Because the Thursday game last week was
yeah. He didn't play. That's the game that he missed. It was the Sunday before that versus the Cardinals.
Yeah, so it'll be 14 days since he got hurt, and he's already practicing. It's pretty fucking insane, considering they're saying high ankle.
No. They didn't say high ankle. They said
they were fearing high ankle.
no. Yeah, they said it was an ordinary ankle sprain.
Oh, ordinary.
They said something like that, or standard, or
Oh,
like
yeah,
they used
man.
some word like that. I forget what we said, but
I mean, it's probably tougher on running backs, obviously, but like receivers when they get regular ankle sprains, but they miss like a week.
yeah. It's Donk said the reason I like the trade is Chicago plays Denver, Washington, Minnesota, Vegas
I
Chargers.
get it.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean,
You're still not going to play him over Lamar. And I hope you're getting him to get, potentially trade him, but Fields doesn't look good in the matchups that he should have been looking good in. So.
And flip Lamar then if you like that schedule and you feel comfortable and or confident, just move Lamar then. It's already shown to be a league that there's crazy people that'll trade for QBs in a single QB. So you know what I mean? Why not? Shit.
I think Bears.
Lamar just came off of a Lamar-esque game.
The Bears legit might have the least points scored in the league right now. Let me go look. Okay, they have 47. So the Giants have 43. So that's 1. The Titans have 45. That's 2.
Okay.
The Bengals have 46. That's 3. It's crazy that they have 1 more point scored than the Bengals right now. Raiders have 45. And the Jets have 42.
That'd be the worst case someone ever made for me about Justin Fields. Like, listen, bro, they're only bottom 5 in points scored, bro.
No, they're not even bottom 5 in points.
They're not even bottom 5.
No, he's beasting. They're not bottom 5.
What are you talking about? They're not bottom 5, bro. They're beasting, bro.
But yeah, that's what makes me nervous about Fields. It's like, I mean, we assumed that he was going to put up more than 10 on the Chiefs. I mean, Chiefs don't really have that good a defense. And then who else?
And it had to come in garbage time.
And yeah, even worse.
That one tug.
Yeah, they score 17 on the Bucks and then 20 on the Packers. I mean, shit, Packers defense looked absolutely trash last night.
I mean,
but yeah, I wasn't sold on Fields before the year, and now that I'm seeing him, I'm just happy that I don't have a bunch of him. So I'm just not recommending anyone go out and try to trade for him.
And this is like even like going back to the Packers, right? Like if anyone thought like we should have expected that. Like I expected that. Like when it was like David Montgomery is a smash, he's going in. You know what I mean? I didn't think to the tune of 3 touchdowns, but it was like it's because Green Bay, look at who they played. And they got ran over. They got ran on a lightweight by Fields in them week 1, right? Green Bay's Fugazi. Start all your running backs against them. You know what I'm saying? Even what is it, Bijan and Algier? You combine what they did week 2. That was lovely. I said you had to combine it though, because you know what I mean. Sucks. You know what I mean? Share.
And Justre said most wouldn't have started Dubs over CD. He said he spazzed out and had 13 targets, so I don't regret it. Well, I mean, you say started him over. Yeah, that's why I said you may have like literally like put him in place of CD right now, but are you saying like CD's not even good enough to start on your team?
Yeah, I'm still
flex or like anything.
I'm still putting CD now that I came up on fucking Dubs. Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, now you should just be feeling good about yourself.
Like, hell yeah. I mean, you could have just been like, I played Dubs. What? Like hell yeah.
And
hell yeah.
B Silva said, "Good morning. Would you trade your Waddle, Ford for Bijan and Nico?" I just want to have Waddle. He's like the best player in this deal, I feel. Guess it depends on how bad you're hurting at running back. Oh, he said he would be stacking up. He's got attain Tua with Waddle and Hill.
Oh, listen. I want to have that.
Yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, and it's probably cheaper to go out there and get Tua. I mean, I'm assuming it's single QB. No one's trading Tua in a super flex, not redraft anyways.
Someone might not trade Tua in a single QB unless you're giving up a big fish too, though. Because that
maybe
people like people in single QBs they hold on to them motherfuckers, or they if they're willing to trade, it's for something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Donk said he's playing Fields over Lamar this week. I mean, it's a way better matchup, like on paper, that's for sure. Like a billion times better on paper.
Yeah, the Browns is a good defense, bro. Jim Schwartz, baby.
And What did he say? He said, so you guys are telling me you prefer Johnston over Fields. I'm just saying I don't like Fields. I'm not talking about your specific trade necessarily.
And why is that even a thing? Like Johnston over Fields?
Because that was the second part of the trade that they both threw in. Yeah, I don't rank people.
Johnston could be a second half darling in fantasy. I don't know. I can't see the future, but I try to project it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying
in a single QB league, I bet Quentin Johnston will be more valuable than Fields.
And I'm saying if he feels this way, he should move Lamar then. Like, why have Fields and Lamar then? You can't play them both. So if you're gonna play the matchups, looks like the next 6 weeks Lamar's on your bench then. And what is it? Is it because maybe in case a fail safe if you're wrong about Fields and you're like, well, I'm now playing Lamar. Good thing I have Lamar. Maybe you should have never traded away for Fields to begin with. Then you know what I mean. You have Lamar. And Lamar just came off a game where he looked like Lamar. You know what I mean. Yeah, I get it. It's the Browns.
If you're a team, you do what you got to do. But all we said is we thought that you should have went after a different player than Fields with your second.
You already had a QB. You already had one of the better fantasy QBs to have. You know what I mean? I mean.
Yeah,
that's why the first thing I said when he read the thing, I was like, "Is this super flex?" Because otherwise, it's man.
Yeah, and he said he has a good schedule, so he could flip. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you don't have to sell us. This is your team. You do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you did to me.
And Z, he said, any sleeper tight ends? I'm on the tight end carousel right now. Had Njoku and now Muth. I'm gonna throw in our tight end waiver wire video. Hopefully you watch that this week. You need to be watching our waiver wire videos weekly. I take the time to put them into little individual clips. So you could literally just, go to the channel. You could just search tight end waiver. You could search tight end week 4 hustler. And I bet you it pops up or something, to that nature. But you want to be watching our waiver wire videos every single week. And tight end sleeper is going to be kind of based on your league and who you have available. And clock. He said Jordan Poyer out versus the Dolphins. Oh man, there goes some of our first news.
Taylor Rapp is their third. He'll come in there. He's more than decent.
Yeah, he's all right. I mean, it's
we're talking fantasy.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what I know you were talking about reality, right? That he is going to go in there and play.
I was actually talking fantasy because he was a tackling motherfucker.
Yeah,
but that was with the Rams. So I mean,
yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, as far as just the safety play maybe it's the linebacker play that's better. Maybe it's the O line that's better, but they're just not getting tackles like they were. And I know Poyer and
they got their line. It really was just Matt Milano before. If you think about it. He had old AJ Klein. I mean, you had Tremaine Edmonds, but
what up, Gary? Thanks for getting in on the. Thanks for getting in on Patreon and upgrading because I know you were on there and then you just upgraded right now. So if you always want to get your comments read faster on game days and stuff like that, you can on Patreon. You can actually do the. You can comment on there, and I always have my phone to where I see what's there. So download the Patreon app on your phone and then get signed in.
Sign up.
Damn it. Deshaun Watson did not throw again during the open portion of Friday's practice. He's nursing.
Well, he threw a little bit yesterday. And this is them pacing him so he can play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what happens. All right, here we go. Charter, we'll get to yours in 1 second here. I'm going to do a dab, and then we'll go through. What do you need? 2 RBs and 2 flexes. Well, let's see. Maybe we'll do that while I'm heating this up. Kyren, Mixon, Jacobs, Pacheco, Ramondre, Sanders, B-Rob. Only 2 of those. I'm going Jacobs.
B-Rob. B-Rob's a volume play. It's a bad matchup, but he's a volume play.
Yeah, I almost feel like I want to go Jacobs and Ramondre.
I thought we're picking 2 in the flex.
Yeah. So Jacobs, Ramondre,
B-Rob.
And then the wide receivers. So wide receivers get thrown in the mix on the flex. Ayuk, Myers, and Pickens.
Yeah,
it's crazy because I think I leave B-Rob out of this one specifically and play Ayuk and Myers with the 2 flexes. I mean, really solid matchups for those guys. Yeah, B-Rob's a volume play, and he could get into the end zone once, twice, or 3 times. That's what's tough about this. This is Chargers 10-man team.
Once, twice, 3 times a touchdown. That was a motherfucking. That was Monty last night. Oh, I hope he's setting the precedence for this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's killing it. And let's do a dab, and then let's see what it is. Doing say current roster: Lamar, Fields, Eckler, Pollard, Ramondre, JT, Ford, Olave, Pittman, Higgins, Wilson, Thielen, Collins, Ingram, Pitt. May said any weak spots other than the 2 QBs. I mean, right now it's not super solid without Eckler in there, but once he comes back, it will be. And
he's not playing this week.
I mean, and wide receivers is your big weakness to me.
Yeah,
Pittman, Higgins, and Garrett Wilson.
Would you take Eckler and Garrett Wilson and try to get Jefferson, Tyreek? Just go straight, shoot for the big dogs.
I mean, that'd be tight.
It would be, right?
I'd almost want to try to like.
You gotta hope that
I'd almost want to do like a JT Ford. Oh, I didn't see Olave, so I mean that makes a difference. I mean, not as bad as I said before. But I'd almost rather do that though, like JT Ford,
Garrett
Wilson, maybe even Pitts. Like fuck, trade a 4. Look for hopefully the guy
try to get Jefferson. Yeah, hopefully that guy's losing.
Yeah, and trade away like 4 players for like Jefferson or Tyreek Hill or like one of those big dogs.
But that guy's got to be like he's got to be losing, or else he's be like fuck that. But yeah, if he's losing, you might got the right combination here, the right formula. You feel me?
Well, that's why you got to go look. Maybe the Jefferson guy's doing good, but maybe the Tyreek guy, maybe not so much. Like, maybe both the guys are balling, and you can't make that trade, but I'd still be looking.
Trickle down. You can even trickle down, like maybe take out Ford and be like, I got JT and Garrett Wilson, and I'm gonna give me Jamar Chase or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe even I'll still throwing Ford. Give me the 3 for the Chase. You feel me? Like I start trickling down. Then you can even get cheap. You can be like, all right, here's Garrett Wilson and Ford. Give me Calvin Ridley plus, right?
Yeah.
Like would you still take a chance on Calvin Ridley with T-Law the rest of the year, or Garrett Wilson and Zach Wilson the rest of the year, or hoping? And you know how many people are hoping?
Hold on.
Trevor Siemian.
Hold on. And this is why I don't like giving like trade advice either. Because look, it's Donk is like listening to what you're saying, like in an exact vacuum. He said, but I don't want Higgins and Chase, and he don't want Higgins for Chase. See, like you have to listen to like all the advice that you were just given, because it wasn't just go out and get Chase. But that's why I don't like giving trade advice on the show, because like you're gonna just pigeonhole it to like your league and like, oh, I guess I can't get these guys or these guys.
Yeah, and I'm speaking and I'm generalizing here, and I do a great job at it. You know, so if you can't, if it goes over your head, I'm not speaking too fast. You just listening too slow.
But yeah, that's why for trade questions and things like that, you want to get specific trade questions where we go dive in deep specifically to your league, teams you're trading with, one-on-one ffadvice.com. But yeah, this is why I don't like
fuck what people want. See, here's the thing. I'll come through and knock on somebody's door with an offer, and this motherfucker had no even intentions of trading, and I'm leaving with a deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to knock on their door talking about, what can you give me for this and that? Or what do you want for this and that? I'm already going to have something in mind when I come through at their door like, listen, you got Chase, and look at you, bro. You 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I got you need running backs. I got JT and Garrett Wilson. Let me get Chase. And he's like, nah, fuck that, bro. Okay, hold on. I'll throw him forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people aren't willing to do this shit. Yeah. He doesn't like him, bro. All right. Move on then. It's that simple.
Yeah. All right. We caught up. Time for another dab. And then, man, see, I like it. We're almost 2 hours in. It's 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
And
it's never late.
And so you down for that? Pushing back silver screen breakdowns to like 7?
Yep.
Okay.
I promise you, I'm gonna be loaded. What about Peacock? Make sure Peacock's good with it. You know what I mean, it'll be like 9 o'clock his time.
Yeah, I'll text him.
Yeah. And then for Nelly, that'd probably work out better for him.
Yeah. And then this will give me time during the middle of the day to do shit that I need to do. And then we won't miss FNT.
Yeah, because my little man's cut is at noon. And then I'm right after him. So, you know, it's really going to be me that takes a minute because my shit, I got a wig, but I'm about to get chopped.
Yeah. All right. And what up, Devo? He said, "What up, fellas? Smoke break. Let's get it." Yeah, I need to get that Chance the Rapper, the smoking a bowl. We deserve a smoke break.
It's funny because that's what my dad for years. That's always been their code. Like before it was like just, you know, everyone could smoke out in the open.
Yeah.
Like, break time. Break time. And my uncle goes, yeah, break time. They go
yes, sir, Derek. 10 p.m. Eastern time for silver screen breakdown.
Late night.
I wonder if this is an even better time.
Yeah, I would say because it's like that was the original idea. Remember, like a Friday night movie night. Like, you know,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I only have the best ideas. But see, it's always because like it's things that happen organically, though. You know what I mean? That's why. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, it feels. You know what I mean? I go on feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feels right. Plus, I'm never tripping either, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm never tripping, but you want to push it back? We can do it. I don't got no plans, so.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking because, and this is me just thinking out loud for the future. I almost like the 7 o'clock better because it, you know, when we do FNT at 1, I mean, if we only do it for an hour, if we only do it for an hour, that's still only 3 hours, and that's assuming that I have everything ready for the show already. So like, luckily today I already have everything ready. I just need to like upload it with the timer or whatever. But that's the issue for me. It's like, man, just like it literally takes up the whole Friday. I feel like if we start it late, then I can do a bunch of things during the middle of the day. Because we get done at 8 or 9 o'clock, you know, when we start at 5 o'clock.
I mean, listen, you're telling me we're gonna start a show at 7. I love it because that means like I can do a bunch of shit before I start getting loaded.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that works out for Nelly in the future.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because it is about like the show being long also and taking like 3 to 4 hours and it, you know, going into 10 or 11 o'clock.
And by that time, I'm loaded.
Yeah. And Charter said this is team 3, 10-man, 2 RB, 1 flex. Walker, Kyran, Ramondre, James Cook, B-Rob, Ford, Eckler. I don't think Eckler plays this week, so you can leave him in the IR. I'm not coming off of Walker. I mean, he's just in there.
And he's playing the Giants.
Yeah. And this is like James Cook, Ramondre.
It's those 3 for me.
Well, so it's only 2 of them.
Oh, I thought we have a flex here.
Well, we do, but let's wait for that because we got wide receivers in the flex also.
I think it's James Cook for me.
He's just been so good, right?
I mean, Stevenson, okay, revenge narrative for Zeke. They gave Zeke a bunch of work last week. maybe I don't know what's going on with Stevenson. Maybe he's in the doghouse because it's usually something like that. Like you piss off old crazy old, or not crazy old, the evil emperor Bill Belichick. You know, you don't want to get on his bad side.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that with you. We'll go Walker and James Cook here, and then for the flex, only one. Kyren, Ramondre, B. Rob, Ford, Palmer, Tutu, Nico.
The volume plays B. Rob. The PPR plays is our Nico and Tutu. It's like, which one's the hot, the nice? Where's the medium here for you?
I think the medium for me is Ramondre.
Yeah, I'm back on Ramondre. Boom! Look at that. The force is stronger than me. It was the first initial 3.
There you go.
Yeah, because he has the floor. He gets the PPR action. He's gonna get some work on the ground. Maybe break a big one.
Damn! Look at this. Charter said I got Deshaun at QB. Do I grab Dak off waivers? Yeah.
Yep. I mean, just in case some fuckery happens with Watson here, and like, you know what I mean? I mean, like, because like, okay, they had him throwing yesterday. Like they said they didn't say like, oh, we're testing his arm. They said they had him throwing a little bit, and then like today the intention was to rest him. You know what I mean, rest his arm at least.
Let's see. And it's Donk said could target CD, AJ, Chase. I'll keep an eye out for a wide receiver 1. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're saying. Just go target like some guys like that who you think is a top end, top tier wide receiver 1, but their team has to match up with all the shit that Bogey was saying and that we said earlier.
Yeah, I mean, and just take shots. Like, hey, listen, you know what's funny is people get so mad when you send them trade offers they don't like.
Yeah.
Who cares? If it ruins their day, there's something wrong with them, not you. You know what I mean? So people shouldn't be getting mad at someone sending you trade offers. You're trying to get a deal done. That's also how you weave out who even make deals, period. Because then you find that you got to find and you know it's easy to start at the bottom. Who's hurting record wise right now? You see who's panicking. You see what you can usually look at their team, especially if they're not the highest point scored against. Because that's the damnedest thing, right? But we're be 0-3, but they got one of the better teams. Like not those guys. We're talking about the guys that are 0-3 because they have all the injuries or they drafted poorly. There's something going on there that you might be able to fix. But I know for sure they might not have spoofed on their first or second pick, right? In that draft, those are gonna be some high-end players, and that's who you're going after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pitter patter. You know what I'm saying?
And Just Dre, he said, now I'm just not starting CD. He said I'm a Cowboys fan. Christian Gonzalez is locking up. He said I'm starting Tank, Puka, and Ridley.
Do your thing.
And Dubs.
I would play CD over. And he played Dubs. So I mean, he's okay. Listen, he might have made a great judgment call, but I think like this game has shootout potential.
I think Ridley can bust just as easily as CD can.
Yeah, like I probably would have played CD over Ridley if I was going to make one of those tough decisions. And he already made one of the tough ones by playing Dobbs. But like I think like the more volatile play here is Ridley. He's going to get AJ Terrell, and even if he's on the other side, he's going to get Okuda, Jeff Okuda. And like here's the thing, I do love a good revenge narrative. I have Calvin Ridley in places I gotta play him, and I need him to do Calvin Ridley. I need him in the Green Bowl. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, Atlanta. Go Dirty Birds. He's like IDP life. One of the baddest secondaries, bad motherfuckers back there.
I know. I mean, we need to make some specific, get some Atlanta Falcons in on the. I don't even know if I have Falcons on my D. I don't think
the reason I went and grabbed Chad Munham too, because I was like, I might actually play him because it's like, yo, there's gonna be a ton of running backs coming at them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know one name. You're just gonna be seeing them all game because you're gonna be thoroughly watching your 49ers game. It's gonna be Kaiser White. You're just gonna hear his name on like every.
I know you got Kaiser White over there.
Every single play,
you have to put up like a 30 burger on me, bro. Just by himself. I'm telling you, man.
Oh, you say 30, man. He put up 30 last week on Dak. He's going for more than that. He's going for like 15 solo tackles in the game. Easily. He's going to get 30 just off the solo tackles.
George Kittle's about to block him to hell. He's going to take him on a route. He's going to take him on one. He's going to be like, listen, bro.
Yuck, you better not be in bed by 10 o'clock. And even if you are in bed, doesn't mean you can't turn on YouTube. And
let's have a drink. Let's have a drink, late night drink, nightcap with Yuck. We'll shoot him the link.
This is funny. Yuck said, if you have Puka, that means no worries. And Tina said, all right, now the Hakuna Matata drop.
A Puka Matata. If he can get a touchdown for once.
Yeah.
Let's get his first
Ashton,
touchdown.
what up? Warren or Gainwell this week? Warren, because of the...
Gainwell.
Ooh, I'm going Warren.
Warren gets like 8 touches. I think I'd rather get 8 touches behind a good offensive line on a team that's going to get you in the red zone somehow.
Well, Warren might get his 6 touches, via pass. That's the only reason why I'm leaning him.
I can dig it. I can make
these options are shit as well.
Because you know what? Here's one thing. If they're gonna run a full committee like they always have in Philly, right? Right, you know what I'm saying? Miles Sanders, he never got worked into the passing game. You know what I mean? That was Gainwell. It's ironic, like Gainwell's just playing the Gainwell role because he lost it being injured, and then Swift goes out there and balls. You know what I mean? But I don't think Swift's gonna get utilized in no passing game much at all. You know what I mean?
Buffet Boy Gary said, would you take Moss and Pukalani for Kelsey? No, because the way you worded this, I'm assuming you're trading away Kelsey. So no, we're not doing that.
And Pukalani, that's his full name, huh? That's tight.
Yeah. If you're buying Kelsey, yeah, like I'd do that. Like in a second.
And you're buying Kelsey and Pukalani?
No, it would be Moss and Pukalani for Kelsey. So I don't know if like you can't like if you're trading for Kelsey, you can't ask us, would you take this for Kelsey? Because we're always going to say no, we don't trade away Kelsey. But if you're trying to trade for Kelsey, like yeah, sure, like do that. I mean, that's 2 hot players right there. Maybe they bite. Might have to throw a tight end. The way that you get Kelsey always though is by putting a tight end in the trade. Like if you don't put a tight end in the trade, you're almost never going to get Kelsey unless they're blessed with 2 tight ends already. So you got to throw a tight end in. And who cares? Doesn't matter who the fuck your tight end is. Unless it's TJ Hawkinson. And even then, still might do it. It'd be a lot. But
if that was the case, if he had Hawkinson, I'm not even making that trade.
I mean, you just don't have to.
Yeah. A Puka Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
What up, Nelly now?
What up, Nelly?
And let's see. And Charter. Okay. So Charter needs to drop one of these guys for Dak. Kyren, Puka, Nico, Tutu, Ford, Palmer, B-Rob. I think it's between Nico and Tutu. And I'm assuming, I think he said 10 man. So
I'm okay dropping Nico or Tutu. Yeah. And if this is the case, it'd probably be Tutu, because I feel like Tutu has a shelf life when they bring Cut back. But like, I have so much Tutu that I just don't even want Cut to come back. And I have so much Puka, I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm okay dropping either one of them. And I think the guy who I would drop would be based on who I think does better this week. And I think Nico does better this week, so I would drop the Toots Magoots.
It's funny because I think Toots Magoots does better.
We shall see. And Yuck said, unless you got the Laporta party, I'll say potty. He said Kelsey 2.0 with a big old smiley face.
No, that's incorrect.
He's laughing. He knows that. He's trolling.
I was like, wait, you know better than that.
And Buffet Boy said, I have Kelsey. Yeah, that's what I figured. So no, you don't do that. He said, but Pitts is on my bench. So figure out how to trade Pitts somehow for an
straight up.
No, he needs a running back. So even then he was going after Moss. And like, so I think
you'll probably get Pitts for Moss straight up, but I wouldn't even do that. I want Moss
go look at who is running back blessed in your league. Like you got to find the team that thinks they're running back blessed. And first off, you don't go for Moss. Like if Moss is the flavor of the week for that team, you try to get someone that's higher than Moss because they already have Moss.
And they're like, yeah, I can do that. I can give up, Alvin Kamara because I have Moss, bro.
Like literally the same way that you're thinking I could give up Kelsey because I have Pitts. Got to find someone who's in the same position, like, but RB wise. Like, oh, I could give up Najee.
I can give up Jacobs. I got fucking
Yeah. I mean, the guy who has Moss might have Najee for all we know. And
yeah, I'll do that.
Like, so yeah, go look for someone like that. And
Apuka Matata.
what up, Buster? Buster Johnson. He said, who do I flex? Waddle, Evans, Swift, Kamara, only one flex spot. Waddle. Hell yeah. And Bake said, says Christian Gonzalez, right? I said Christian Olave gone. So I'm assuming Gonzalez. He says he's gonna boom with Jameis.
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Christian Gonzalez is still a rookie quarterback.
Cornerback.
Yeah, I said cornerback.
Sound like you said quarterback.
I said cornerback.
Yeah. I know you did. Just sounded like quarterback for some reason.
Pretty sure. Maybe Matrixy.
Yeah. He's solid. But still, I mean, is he shutting down number one wide receiver? Is he going to shut down
CeeDee Lamb? No, what?
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb's one of the best, one of the better route runners. I had to correct myself. He's one of the better route runners in the league.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
And for fantasy, oh, what? He's going to tackle him, like not get too many yards after the catch. I don't give a fuck. Give me fucking. He's going to get like 10, 12 targets, bro. What?
If anything, it wouldn't be Christian Gonzalez stopping him. It would be the Patriots offense stopping them because they're not scoring and they just don't need to throw a shitload.
He's a Cowboys fan, so maybe he knows something we don't.
Yeah. Yuck said the 88 club.
You don't say CeeDee Lamb. What do you? Not over Ridley even. That's not even a tough decision. He made a tough decision to like it would have been tough for me to start Dubs over Ridley, and he made that. But then he made it where he thought, no, I started him over CD. Nah.
What do you think about this? So Yuck said Rams looking at Jonathan Taylor. Imagine Cup for JT. I don't know why they would do that because I mean they're not buying a championship this year. You know,
they don't have the defense. They bought the championship when they brought over Von Miller in a trade. Then they trade for OBJ. Like this is, I mean, not trade for OBJ. They sign OBJ because OBJ gets fucking cut. Remember that? And he clears waivers.
Yeah.
And he clears waivers.
And even that, no way. I don't think there's any chance in hell that we see Jonathan Taylor getting traded for like a Cup or any other top player like that. It's gonna be.
And they still had Andrew Whitworth. Even at 40 years old, that year, that was still just retaining him one more year was them buying a championship as well. You know what I mean? Like the Lions.
That would be interesting if they make a play at Jonathan Taylor. I just don't think it's going to be Cup for JT. Like no way.
I mean, they're 1-2 right now. The Rams, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So
just got an update about Joe Burrow. He's practiced in full twice this week. There we go.
Burr.
Tino said, I'm sick of these rational Cowboy fans. This is our year.
There you go, Tino. Let's talk about birthday twins. See, I need my enemies to be I don't like smashing weenies. I need my enemies to be some bad motherfuckers, bro.
Who's this on Facebook? He said, you guys like Cheech and Chong smoking that ganja. You already know, bro. You already know. Come over to YouTube, Fantasy Football Hustler, 420 Fantasy Hustler.
You goddamn right, we're smoking the ganja.
Yeah, I'm packing another bowl.
Good dope.
Yeah, we're gonna do another dab over here. Yeah, I'm kind of limited on flour. I need to make my way back today or tomorrow sometime. I mean, that could be one of the things that I do today. I want to
Fridays always some specials. Always some specials on Fridays too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to Planet 13, and I mean that special, you know, the half for 120. I mean, that's pretty much like as special as it's gonna get anywhere. It's weird how like they have the best local deals out of everybody, like for like really good stuff. Like I could go get, I mean, $50 half ounces, $60 half ounces before the tax, you know. That shit's garbage though.
My boy in Vegas, he always relates it to the Costco of weed because like you can go to Costco and get quality products and it'll be cheaper because right? Because it's Costco. Yeah. I mean is that not Planet 13?
Yeah. It's crazy though, because like, okay, for example, their sister store, what the hell is it called? Medizin or some shit like that. I can't remember what it's called. So they have the Tyson 2.0.
And it's more.
Okay, as well. Just like the regular Planet 13 store does. And but they have it. I mean, they're off strip, so they have it $40 for an 8 in there, just all day, every day. But there's no sales on it. If you just go in just straight off the street, to Planet 13, and you're like not a Vegas local, you're getting it for $75 an 8. It's just like insanely, priced up. But if you are a Vegas resident, I think you get 25% off just on anything. Like, so if I only went in there and got 1/8, I'd get 25% off. So that would take it down to like 56. So I mean, that's way closer to 40, but there's no local deals in that other one. And like, they have the half-ounce deal in Planet 13 where you get any 4 ace that you want, whether that's the $75 ones or like whatever, and it's $120. So even going to that other one, I don't get a deal. I get 4 ace of Tyson 2.0 for $160, no breaks. Or I go to Planet 13 and I get the half for $120. Then I get the Tyson or any of the other top strains that they have at the time also.
Yeah, it's funny because like I'm always like moving anywhere was always going to be a big deal for me if I couldn't just operate in the manner I do when it comes to like my own consumption. You know what I mean? So like moving out here outside the Bay to the Valley, it is dope because like I got Kev and them, and then I got my best friend out here. It's his cousins. You know what I mean? His cousin gets down. Like, all legit shit. Like, they're on the other side of the thing. You know what I mean? Which is dope. Because it's like look how tapped. They so dope talking to Hess because it's like he's just tapped in. It's so dope. And like, it's so awesome. If one day I could be on that's another side of the fence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's the velvet rope over there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Hess is back there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the most that I've ever like paid for weed ever. But now it's just like so expensive going back to California. Mm-hmm. It's just like it makes it like just as much like to go back there and get it as it is to like come over here unless I'm buying crazy in bulk.
Like, okay, look at this. Like my girl, right? She's one of those. She get her lashes done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like for what it's worth, I always stay fresh. At least get cut at least once a month because my shit don't anyways. Like I mean, like I was and even for the studio in the beginning it was like I was trying to find every reason to go back to the Bay. Like, oh, don't you gotta get your lashes done? Because then I'll go get a haircut and then I'll spend all day in the lab. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I was like, oh, okay. Then it starts slowly morphing into like, well, okay, I set my lab up at home. I can record here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll miss out on the camaraderie and the brotherhood, like the locker room-esque feel I get from going to the lab all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, and then I started like, oh, well, it is still a business that I'm a part of. So it's like, okay, there's that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, I still get to make my music. But it's certain things that you can't really put a price on. Like, just the sanctuary, you know what I mean? Like the escape. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm far from it. So it's like, I'm trying to find reasons to get there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, don't you got your lashes? Like, I'll pay for your lashes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then even like if I was to even to make money, like for work, right? If I was to spend, if I can go to the Bay for like 3-4 days, I'll probably make way more than I could just making phone calls. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I'll make those same phone calls, but I'll be in the vicinity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike said that
adaptation is key though when you move. You know what I mean? Like I saw you do it. I saw you move and have to adapt to a whole nother, you know what I mean? It's like the Wild West in a sense, right?
Yeah, for sure. Shit's way different than San Diego. I like it way more. I still haven't gone back to San Diego, but it's funny. Every time Vanessa goes back, she is like, man, San Diego is such a shithole. Always traffic all in the freeway and shit. And the houses are all bunched on top of each other. And there's no space anywhere and just hella cars and no parking anywhere. And
it is crazy because it's like I was living in that same description. You know what I mean? Back in San Jose,
for sure.
Close
Big
quarter
city.
living. Fucking, you know what I mean? Stacked up. I'm in a townhouse complex. Motherfuckers are stacked up and shit. And then it's like, it's hella loud. It's hella homeless people everywhere. And then out here, it's stupid quiet. Houses are like far apart. I'm the loud one. On like Candlestick lives like 5 houses down. He says like he'll take the garbage out and be like, oh, he can hear me and he'll walk over. What up? Like, what up? Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, word. It's like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh, is it okay? You catch the show from down there then. Yeah.
That's funny. Like people want to hear the podcast. All they got to do open the window, get a little entertainment in the morning.
That's what you mean. What if it's paid content?
Man.
Nah, see, here's the thing. I just got the garage open because I feel like I could do that. I mean, like, as safe as neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure. I mean, I mean, you've seen the neighborhood that I live in. Like, it's nothing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean,
Nice
everyone just like keeps to themselves. Like, I don't know if I don't know anybody around here, so I don't know if people are from here, if they like moved here. I know like literally nobody's stories. And it's crazy. All the other places that I lived, it was like always like old people coming over, like introducing themselves. And those people ended up being the craziest motherfuckers out of everybody.
Like, it's always the crazy ones that because they want to go see what's going on over there.
Yeah, fucking nosy motherfuckers.
They're nosy because they're crazy. See,
we live next door to two shitty neighbors. Just next house to next house. Just two shitty neighbors.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, here's my thing. I don't have anything to hide these days, right? So it's like, I don't mind being all on blast and shit like that in a quiet neighborhood because otherwise we've been quiet as a fucking mouse anywhere. Right. I mean, in that sense. Yeah, we're already loud. We're already loud with the activity before. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're quiet as kept. You know what I'm saying? But then you could be right out in the open, right under their nose, when you're living in areas where it's active. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, but the reason I point all that is because I still move like I'm active. Like I'm very fucking. Like I've been here for 6 months. I still don't even know how to get anywhere because I haven't had the reason to leave the house. You know what I mean? Because like
I still use my navigation to get a lot of places just when I'm like when I'm just somewhere where I don't really know how to get back to the freeway. That's what it usually is. Just get me to the freeway and I'm good.
It's funny because like Kev, he'd be like, yeah, you ever tried, the woo woo place over there? It's off of fucking Bilby and this and that. I'm like, nah, man. Like, he's like, bro, you live right next to it, man. It's like fucking, you live like a mile from it, bro. I'm like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I left the house. You motherfuckers come to me. Shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? Like,
let's see.
Like my kids, my kids and Candlestick's kids, they're teenagers, so it's like they go to the mall and this and that, and Candlestick, he's or my sister-in-law, they didn't want chaperone. I'm like, cool, because me and my girl, we're hella homebodies, bro. I feel bad for my kids. They're like, Mommy, let's go to the mall. She's like, yeah. And then they got to wait on her to get ready for 3 hours. I'm like, damn, why you got to do them like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, one day, I always say this, and I've said this before on the pod too, but I always tell this to my girls, like, one day, if I'm blessed to be super old and gray with you, I'm going to say, I'm going to look back on my life and I'm going to realize I spent half of that motherfucker waiting for you to get ready. Like, we made it, man. I had to make it this time because I had to live 2 lives, basically. I had to spend half of that motherfucker waiting for you to get ready. You got to lie to us what time the party starts.
Mike Charles said I traded Mostert, Sutton, B-Rob, and Russ Wilson, got back Ayuk, Addison, and Gibbs. Dang. Like before the Gibbs, like not showing out on Thursday.
I mean, like Ayuk.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah.
Would you say he's the best player in this trade? I mean, it seems like it's like him, B-Rob. I mean, I guess Mostert's kind of in that mix.
I mean, he gave up a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. He's bringing back the Ayuk side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave up a lot.
Yeah. Because Addison and Gibbs are still part-time players right now, even though Addison's been
if you're a stacked team, then maybe there's context here. Maybe he's 3-0. I'm going to go the distance. And these are some second half darlings the second half of the season darlings that he diagnosed. So he's, I don't know.
What up, Dion? He said, what up, fellas? Started love last night. And what a fucking roller coaster, he said, but not bad. Yeah, if you watched it, I mean, it was like nerve-wracking as hell, right? I mean, first half and the second half were completely different.
Every play. If like, hey, who does Green Bay got next week?
They got the Raiders on Monday Night Football.
Max Crosby's in that ass. Max Crosby's getting in his ass. Who does he got the next week? I'm just saying, like, expect him to be like uncomfortable in the pocket all the time. They have a really bad line. It's hard for them to run behind that line too.
They got their bye after that, and then they got the Broncos, the Vikings, Rams.
Oh, so it lightens up like a motherfucker. And even the Raiders is not a bad matchup either. I'm just saying, like, that pressure's coming at him, but they're secondary. We're not scared of the Raiders. So he has a nice stretch here into the bye, or he has the Raiders and then the bye, then a nice little stretch there.
Poyer is listed as out. Tino, yes, Poyer is listed as out.
It's all good. Terrell Bernard will just do it all from the linebacker position. He's like, listen, I'll just do it. We don't need anybody. Just let him do it, all of it.
And we got the Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah, I love that show back in the day.
Over here, he said, my wide receiver room is a mess. Any ideas what I can do with these guys? Higgins, Lockett, Flowers, McLaurin. And he said, hopefully Cup's returning next week. Nah, he's not returning next week.
Hold on. There's a jack. Can you guys hear that jackhammer going?
Kind of.
Okay, let me close this down.
And, oh, man, Jalen Phillips is out as well.
Finally. Roll out.
And yeah, let me see. Got to make a move over here. And but yeah, I mean, what can you do with those guys? I mean, Higgins, you're starting him versus Tennessee. I mean, that's what you do with him this week.
Yeah.
Lockett going up against the Giants. I mean, shit, you're starting him this week.
They got multiple rookie cornerbacks starting.
Yeah. I mean, you're starting both of those guys with some confidence.
Yep.
This week. And then and McLaurin, I think they're down so much to the Eagles that I think he's gonna have like a lot of garbage time. That's just me personally, my thoughts.
And I've seen him go up against Slay for some years now, since 2020. And he's burned him. He's burned him before, but it's, you know, it's just like I just don't expect I don't expect him to burn him all the time. But you know what though? They're gonna scheme him. That's another thing. That's what's different. That's why I'm okay with. That's why I'm not arguing against the McLaurin too much. Because I mean, Eric Bieniemy, he's been finding ways to get. You know what I mean? It was just bad against Buffalo. That's another thing I fear too. Another good pass rushing team here. It's gonna fuck it up for Sam Howell.
And let's see. Let's see. And yeah, Tina said Poyer's dead. He's out. Yeah, he said, okay, I'll play Hyde then. Hyde hasn't even been that good. Like that's what's tough about it. It's like I don't know. They've been disappointments this year. They're old.
Who's old? I'm trying to think. Like I would say there's better options out there, Tino. And if you're talking the East Side League, I'm saying this because I already have all the DBs I need, and I played Brian Branch. Last night he put up 7 in that format, which is good because they watered down the IDPs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking watered them down this year, and that made me mad a lot. But there's hella. I mean, shit. I just dropped Cisco in that league like yesterday. Like Cisco's about to clear. He didn't play. Yeah, Tino, go claim Cisco, bro. I mean, he's in play. You know what I mean?
That bong.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna roll something. I don't have a bong, but you know we're gonna roll something.
Oh shit! And he said, "No." He said the 19, bro. He said there's bums out there. But you know what? I mean, see, that's what I mean.
No, but see, not quite. I mean, look at this week. I was able to acquire Buddy from the Chargers.
Yeah, Alohi,
right? And I'm playing him in some spots, and then even what's the corner?
Let's go look over in the 19. Let's put in some claims and make Tino pay like at least $1 to get him. I'm putting claims for $0 for you, Tino.
I was chopping game with Spencer last night about the kid from the Saints. So he's not a DB, but they have him play nickel as well. You know what I mean? So he's kind of.
I mean, you could have picked up Jerry Jacobs or Rudy Ford before this game. I mean, they were both those guys were out there. Brandon Stevens, that's someone. Maybe not the best matchup versus the Browns. All right, Tino, I'm putting in a $0 claim. You want him, you better go get him. I me see. Oh, yeah, I got someone that I can. Yeah, I got 2 people that I can have as droppable here. All right, let's see.
Look at that.
Brandon Stevens. Better go. You got to pay at least $1. I put in 0.
The cheat code is just if they're gonna, when you go on Sleeper and available and you put the position, they're gonna order them and who's just produced. You know what I mean?
No,
so
you got to change it. You got to change things around.
Yeah. What's one of the filters? Though, is what I'm saying, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's cheat code. You know what I mean?
And Tina said, "LOL, I'm good." All right, well, I'm gonna put in a couple just to spite you then and get like good DBs that you should be getting.
You're so spiteful.
Oh, how about this one? Talked about this dude, Kentrell Clark from Arizona. He was on the video that we talked about, the DB video.
I saw him out there. I didn't want to claim him. I'm not really a guy who gets too many corners per se, but he's one of those motherfuckers. He plays a nickel, right? Oh no, he's playing their number 1, right?
Well, he could potentially play their number 1 this week. It's who's the dude that's in front of him? I'm blanking on his name. Hold on. But he's hurt, so I don't know if he got the full go.
Yeah. Good old Cantrell.
Yeah, let's see.
You better beat me. You better beat me to them. I'm about to start. I got motherfuckers I can drop.
Marco Wilson, that's his name. Marco Wilson.
Oh, Marco.
Because last year Marco was the number 2, behind Byron Murphy. And Tino said I got a Pro Bowler in Hyde. I'll pass. Eh? I bet you both.
It's fantasy though. See, here's the thing though. It's fantasy, Tino.
Yeah.
You know, some motherfuckers that get some tackles. Like you know, the safeties haven't been eating for Buffalo, period, because my man Terrell Bernard, he's over there in that middle now with Milano.
Yeah.
Him and Milano, mint.
Yeah, it hasn't been good for the old guys over there, and that's. I mean, I love playing Poyer, like man, but I had to bench him. I mean, shit. Like, I mean, he just hasn't been doing good. They're getting like 10 points, that's cool. But I'm trying to find someone who's got 20-point upside, 30-point upside. They don't have it.
You know who's fucking me? Brisker.
Yeah. I benched him everywhere, but it's because I got guys like, what's his name? Julian Love. I got him in the shitload of leagues. Who else? I mean, shit, I got so much Dax Hill and Holland that it like makes me so proud that they're like number 1 and 2 like through 3 weeks.
I got a shitload of Dax and Holland, bro. Love it. Gotta have them. I'm mad that I don't have them in the East Side League. I ended up with Brisker and Pitchy. Fuck me.
And Tino, Micah Hyde doesn't get tackles. He has 12 total tackles on the season so far.
If anything, I would want the guy who's the Poyer replacement, whoever that is, because I want the strong safety.
And even Poyer, I mean, shit, he had 7 in week 1, but he has 14 total tackles on the season.
But see, and when they played in week 3, it's hard to judge any of them because everyone was getting sacks and turnovers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And his name was the mighty Terrell Bernard.
But yeah, you just go look at just tackles, like I don't think they're let me see.
The mighty.
I mean, even compared to like so many free agents that are on the waiver wire, I mean, there's so many guys that have more tackles than those guys.
And Tino, the thing, I wonder if he stashed a bunch of his rookies in the tax season. Because like you can make moves like that's what's fun about these dynasties because man, there's moves to be made every week for IDPs for real. You know what I mean?
And he said, Hyde's playing the number 1 pass offense. You don't think he gets tackles? That's what he's saying specifically about this week.
I like it. That's a very valid argument.
Who'd Miami play last week? The
Broncos.
So let's see. Let's go look at Justin Simmons. Let's see how many points he got last week. He got 17 points. No, he didn't even play last week. Who the hell played last week for him?
Kareem Dream Jackson.
Is he a safety though?
Yep. The old wily veteran.
He got 12 points last week.
Decent, but not in our format. You know what I mean?
Because like I don't know. Like, people don't catch Tyreek. Like, nobody gets tackles on Tyreek. He just runs out of bounds. Doesn't even get pushed out of bounds. He just runs out of bounds.
It makes them mad. That's part of his game.
And Brad said that Packers fans making excuses for the fan pouring beer on Amon-Ra is ridiculous. Right? People made excuses for that. I was talking shit when I saw that. I was like, man, that dude's a fucking piece of shit. Like, pouring beer on him while he's fucking doing the Lambeau leap. I mean, that's bullshit.
Well, because that they're saying like it's disrespect because he's doing a Lambeau leap. It's like everyone that when you're a rival, they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Lambeau leap in all y'all faces. You know, pour beer in them because you're a drunk.
Yeah, he should have been able to take off his helmet and swing it right at his face.
You know what
then
you should have
Then
done?
that would have been even.
See, I'm more mad that they wasted the beer.
Fucker.
Give it to him, Mom. Robert, and chug it like a champ. Throw some cheese blocks at him or something.
Yeah.
And pour a beer on him. Come on.
Yeah, because like, even if you throw a glass of water in someone's face, isn't that like a felony in a lot of states? Like straight felony assault, like now.
You spitting in somebody's face. These days it's like a goddamn fucking bio attack. It's like bio warfare, man. You can be spitting some COVID in the motherfucker's face. I'm like, no!
Oh man, savage. And One Nation said Tampa Bay rookie Nickelback Christian Isian is his name to keep an eye on. Let's see.
Rookie, what? Safety?
Nickel.
Yeah, nickels they eat in fantasy because they're getting, you know what I mean? They're getting up against some slot receivers. So getting a lot of tackles.
He's been solid. 15 week 1, 17 week 2, 13 week 3. I mean, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, they play from behind, and a lot of projections are going to have them playing from behind. Like that.
And Brad said it shouldn't even be called the Lambeau leap. Every team does it. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In your face, Lambeau.
Fucking Tino. He said, "Goddamn motherfucker hit me with the COVID in the eye."
I'm saying, it's motherfucking bio warfare out here, man.
Oh man. All right. One more dab. Last one for the road. Appreciate everyone rocking with us. Tino, I put in $0 bids on those guys. I even told you all you got to do is put in $1 bids and they're yours. If not, I'll get them because I'm not even mad about the 2 people that I'm dropping to acquire them.
It's all about having usable pieces because you can't just run to the waiver and grab it.
Yeah, Tino said I'm okay. They'll get more on my bench than in your starting roster. Okay, I'm glad.
Tino, I'm telling you, you got to get with it. I was the same way to year 1. But see, year 1, I caught on quick. Because then, you know what I'm saying? That, like, I remember, I was like, fuck, man, my linebackers suck. I realized quick, man, linebackers eat. Then, like, I remember, this was like week 2. And I'm like, looking. I'm like, oh, Jawan Bentley. I'm like, okay. I'm like, Hightower's about to be gone. I'm like, he's about to be gone next year. And you know what I'm saying? And then like, they started phasing out Hightower. And it was all Bentley. I'm like, hell yeah, I already got him. And I thought that was so cool of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Because I was like, Cody Barton, same thing too. I was like, oh shit, like Cody Barton's hell eating over there. Just sitting out there, about to get him.
I mean,
then I was like, oh.
I can't tell you how good it feels to like get a guy like Jordan Brooks, a guy like Logan Wilson, a guy like Dax Hill, guys who do not play in their very first year, but we're like telling people about them. You know, like if you're in Dynasty, like these are the kind of IDP guys that you should be going after. And who knows what they're going to be for year 1, but you throw them in your taxi squad. And all of these guys like just like turn into like, I mean, Dax Hill, he's already a young phenom, but like Jordan Brooks, I mean, shit, 2 years later after being drafted, he's the #1 linebacker being drafted. And I picked him up in the 6th round in like dynasty drafts and shit.
My guy I have everywhere is Terrell fucking Bernard, right?
Yeah.
I'm just sight unseen. We're going to cop him. 40th round. Yeah, we're doing that. everywhere. Gotta have him. I get mad when someone else beat me too. Like, what the fuck do they know about him? They don't know nothing. Because I don't know nothing. I just know that if he gets this job, he's a stupid ass value and a steal as a fuck. You know what I mean? Because he has the high draft capital attached to him. He's a second rounder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll wait on a fucking year for that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
And the Kobe Dean was supposed to be our next fucking guy. Then he gets hurt.
We're not counting him out yet. He's not.
Oh yeah, it's not over.
Not over.
But he slowed down the process.
Oh yeah, sure did. Henry Tuatu. It's like, okay, it's happening like we want it to happen. It's happening fast. Is this sustainable? Like, you know what I mean?
And see, what's crazy is like, I guess like the writing was on the wall more with him that we should have been higher on him. Well, I mean, they drafted him for one.
Yeah, exactly.
It's aging veterans who are pretty much like, you know, it's not like they were like attached or bags or like anything like that. And you know, but we're not taking him over Trenton Simpson, or was it Simpson, right?
Yeah. Campbell. Or even Drew, but more so the Trent Simpsons, the Drew Sanders is like the guys like that.
Those guys, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When Atu had more of a path to like getting in there, like and starting right away.
For fantasy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like because I've already cracked the glass on him in some dynasty leagues. He's gonna be getting in there.
He's in there, yeah. I'm rolling him out.
I'm gonna redraft to like start him this week.
I'm super happy to play someone like the H2O over like a Jerome Baker or a JOK, like other guys that I was like getting late that I was hoping would be a thing. You know what I mean? And not that they can't still be a thing, but like look at JOK in 3 weeks, right? It's not AOK at all. It's motherfucking they're so good that like everybody's contributing enough, and it's the number one defense, but doesn't mean it's going to contribute. Like I like
all their linebackers suck. I like even in Dynasty, I've dropped every one of those linebackers. Not everywhere, but I've dropped them. Not JOK. He's the only one that I've dropped.
The talkies of the world, the talkies. They're all
Anthony Walker. Like it's all nothing.
You're all useless right now.
Yeah. Brad McCoy on Twitch. He said, "Should I pick up Drake London on waivers?" Yeah. So I know he's been terrible, but if he breaks out eventually, it'd be worth the stash for sure because he shouldn't really be on waivers.
Hit the drop.
Take him up.
Hell yeah, Derek. Our man H2O. Way better than trying to say his name.
Yeah. I'm telling you, come up with all the fly shit. Watch for that. And then now Pika's going to come up with an H2O shirt. You know what I mean?
And Bake said, I'm planting my flag everywhere with Brian Branch everywhere, feeling like CJ Gardner-Johnson wasn't the future there. Not to mention.
Well, I mean, he got hurt. They would have been attacked. They would have. They still would have both ate. It sucks that CJ Gardner-Johnson went down.
And I mean, I know that he was our consensus, like number one.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Jordan Battle was in the mix. And
what sucks is like Brian Branch, he had to go up and kind of get him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In those rookie drafts. Yeah.
Yeah, and Derek said Dorian Williams, Deion Henley. Yeah, good LBs to have for next year.
Yeah, they're all stashed away, nice tucked away in the taxis. You know what's funny too is like I have 0 picks as usual when those rookie drafts because I like trading them. And like Henry Tuatu was out there in the 13, and I was just like hoping no one gets them, and I'm like, boom, I even spent on them like $30 or something. Like yes. You know what I mean? Once that waivers hit, I remember even telling you, "Hey, you got to open the waivers up, me." Like, oh yeah, that's right. Yes, $30. Get my man. Hey, me quick. I had 0 picks, but I was able to get him. Like, yes. You know what I mean? He was out there. A couple of League 7, 0 picks. Got Sidney Brown. I was like, yes. Spent like $30 to get him too. Like, he's out there. I gotta get him before someone else sees it. You know what I mean?
Dang yeah, you see, damn, you got H2O off the waivers, huh?
And I don't know if I have him in 16 as well, but that would have been the case too. If I have him in 16 as well, because I have him everywhere, like in the startups, where like you started beating me to him too in the startups, like 22 and 23 and 24. I think you got him. Like fuck every time. Like,
I wonder what the hell happened. Super stoked here where I got Tank Dell in the 3rd round in the 13th, but then I went Williams and then I went 3 DBs. I spaced on that.
it was crazy, right? Because he like fucking, I picked him up off the waiver. It was like the day, the first day the waivers ran. I was like,
Yeah.
I for sure spent $30 or $40, whatever it is. You know, I feel in the off season, I'm gonna spend it because we're gonna get replenished. So
Yeah.
I'm like I would have spent it all, man. They're like, well, I gotta have them. Just to put him in my taxi, right? Because D'Amico Ryan's fucking middle linebacker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this, like what? Like, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? And that's why I was excited for Christian Harris being a wheel, but that's not working. That didn't work out. So,
Yeah.
but it's no sweat off my balls either because nobody was spending up on no Christian Watson. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or Christian Watson, Christian Harris.
Yeah. All right. And yeah, well, you know what? That's a good time to get up out of here. Man, almost 3 hours. Man, this is a legit morning show. This is dope.
Yep.
A lot of weed smoked. I don't know, countless bowls, countless dabs. FNT.
I smoked at least 8 or 9 joints legit.
FNT coming back at 1:00 today. We got a lot of news on these Friday ins and outs. And Silver Screen Breakdowns, 7:00 West Coast time tonight. That's 10 p.m. Eastern. And I think we're gonna have Peacock in the building as well. I think he said that's still gonna work for him.
Nice.
And we're breaking down Ready Player One. Go watch it if you haven't watched it. And what else we got? Go subscribe to the podcast, Fantasy Football Hustler, Silver Screen Breakdowns, and make sure you subscribe if you're watching this on replay and you made it through the whole 3-hour recap. Subscribe.
And happy Friday, everybody. Enjoy your day. If you know what I'm saying, definitely tap in with us. We got more content coming the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Fun content. We're doing movie night. Love it.
Yeah, and this week was pretty good with the starting at 7:00. So make sure you guys just remember at all these morning shows, Monday through Friday, we're going to be here at 7 a.m. West Coast time, 10 Eastern. And Bogey, send us on home.
Big bong.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the, 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 here comes the. Y'all don't really want it now.